But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
We're already laughing. And we already did about a half hour of radio.
Oh, that's it. It wasn't on the air, but I'm actually putting it towards our day.
We should.
So, whatever happens.
Sam, take that off the clock. We get to go home early. We did 15 minutes of radio for ourselves.
Doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't say who we have to do the radio for in our contract. We have to do 4 hours of radio. So me, Anthony, and Ron Bennington have already done 15 minutes.
The Iron Man of radio right here now. Look at him.
We have trashed every motherfucker down the hall there possibly is. We went over them piece by piece. It's so awful because we don't see each other a lot because of Sam. And
the in-between guy.
Someone's got to do radio the entire time we're not.
Mr. In-Between.
There used to be something called a crossover.
Yeah,
and
he's the crossover.
And the guys here at SiriusXM don't understand that concept.
No.
They don't understand that maybe they should move Ron and Fez down, or maybe we start a little later, and maybe
Much later.
Something where we attach the two shows and do what's called a crossover.
Well, they know that if it was that, we would either show, one or the other would ask, like, hey, if I'm doing an extra hour, you got to compensate me.
Right.
But Sam Roberts, on the other hand, is the freebie. They could just throw him in any channel, any station, any format. It's free radio for them.
I think this is the first time we've seen Ron Bennington in, I would guess, 3 months.
I called him Fez when he first walked in. I didn't even know. I was like, is that the guy?
Ronnie
or is that the
Spector
other
does that.
guy?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, Ronnie Spector.
Fez, thank you.
You would think we would see each other a lot, considering that Ron and Fez are the next show after ours.
Here's the difference, though. Because of the hours that you work, you guys leave here like the walking wounded. Like when I even see you guys in the hall, I feel awful. It's like guys coming back from Nam. You got that look in your face like I could never understand
the
what you've been
replacements
through.
look at us walking down the hallway and go like, wait a minute, what happened to them? They don't look good.
Ronnie's trying to say hi to us, and all we see is the helicopter and get us the fuck out of here.
Get me in the chopper.
Right.
Oh, this place will break you down, though.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why this place breaks me down. Like, I try to figure it out because I just told you guys, I really do still like doing radio.
Yeah.
I just don't like this place.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what it is.
It's like this. It's like if someone came into heaven and took a giant shit on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, you know it should be perfect.
Right.
And
you were told that.
You should not hear stuff like time spent listening.
Right.
You know, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Because I think every person in this building tried to do a radio show.
That's a
then
problem.
they failed, and then they have to still be part of this.
Right.
Like, if you fail at doing your own radio show, you should not be allowed in this building.
Could you imagine, like, meeting some young guys now and be interested in their show and want to go over it with them and talk about things? It really comes down to you either can do it or you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like Louis C.K. goes and talks to a comedy manager after his set. Right. You know, like, it just doesn't exist in regular places.
Ronnie's brilliant. Just for the people that don't know the business, like, when you're coming up, you have to do what's called air check sessions with a program director, and you sit there and then they pick apart 5 minutes of your radio show, and maybe you're off for that dumb 5 minutes, and you're right. If you either know how to do it or you don't. You know, it was a complete waste of time, and we had to do it with our general manager because we didn't have a program director.
He wasn't
in
even a
Boston.
guy that knew anything about radio.
Right.
He was the business guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he still felt the need to say to people.
Dude, he stopped the cassette, because it was cassettes back then,
the old
every
days.
5 to 10 seconds.
It's a Victrola.
Yeah.
Lifted the needle.
And then he's like trying to...
Winchester Cathedral!
Now listen to your crossover here.
Yowzy yowza, everybody!
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Flash, the Opie and Anthony Show, Flash. Here we are, the Opie and Anthony Show from the great ballroom here at Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
And then the guy would go, the general manager at the time, he would go, he would try to explain how he could do that 5 seconds better.
Yeah,
and I would look at him like,
really?
but we're never going to do that again. And we're like a talk show, so we're never going to do that.
It'll never happen,
right?
And when you're on for 4 hours, for them to pick apart a 10-second thing you said, now your delivery on that should have been, see, this was a throwaway. It's me.
Right.
It's called me talking.
Yeah.
How about I critique the conversation you're having with me right now? It doesn't work.
It's really
that's what it is.
You're asking someone to live a better life somehow.
Yes.
And this is what I do worry about is like when you die, there's someone there to go back over your life with you.
like a life air check.
Yeah. And they're like, why didn't you just pull it out then? Maybe squirt it on her tits. Like, I was really fucked up at the time.
I don't know.
You could have done that a little better. Oh boy!
You're not in my shoes. You don't know.
They don't do air checks anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Of course they do.
Who does?
No way.
Who does air checks?
The music jocks. For instance, people on Hits One.
Hits One they have to do air checks.
I do. I have to do air checks.
Do they realize no one listens to what they're saying? They just want to hear the stupid songs.
It's true.
You know what really sucks too? As an on-air talent, you can't just take the tape, go and say, "I don't know what happened. It didn't record.
What happened.
Well,
it ate the tape," and that whole show is now gone forever.
Ronnie knows the tricks of the trade. Back in the day, you had your cassette, and remember, every time the mic turned on, it would hit record. You had to fucking rewind. I would go in the
record over your shit.
Oh, I would put on a long Led Zeppelin song because I needed to give them an hour. And then I'd go in production, I'd rewind the tape, and then put it back into the recording machine.
Sam, is this like hearing about World War II?
I don't even know what a recording machine is.
This is just old stuff, right?
Because like you were saying, when you have a shitty break, so you don't need some asshole to tell you.
Yeah.
So I would just give them a solid air check every time. They thought I was
this
brilliant.
guy's great.
They thought I was brilliant.
Is good.
The fucking great thing though is as soon as you get any ratings, you fucking turn the tables so bad that you hate every PD who comes in after that.
Right.
And like you're kind of after you get any ratings at all, that guy is your bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you where are our T-shirts? What the fuck do you do here? What do you do here?
That is true.
But
You're just like you look at papers and you're throwing his shit off.
But you're a nice guy up until that point.
Up until then, you're like, hey, I just want to be in this business.
Whatever you need,
This
man.
is great.
You need me to
This
work
is
weekends?
great.
I'll work weekends.
Love this place.
The second, we fucking turn things, we get a new PD, and we fucking treated him so bad that one time we were at a live gig, and I made him hold on to my belt loop wherever we went. At the gig, he had to follow me around in front of the listeners like a bitch, because I saw it on Scared Straight. So I'm like, get my fucking belt loop!
Give me your shoes. Give me your shoes.
He's just taking them off.
You do start treating them like a bitch, though. The second you get any, because that's the only power you have in radio are the ratings. At least back in what I call the day.
I disliked every PD I've ever worked for.
Yeah.
I liked the first one, and after that, I was fucking. I hated the rest of it.
done?
But this guy, as soon as we got ratings, the guy, his wife was Mexican American, and all the time we're like, "What's how are things in the barrio? Huh? Where is she?" He's like just trying to get along, and the weird thing is like he had came there from like L.A., so he at one time felt good about himself, and now he's just like, "Where did you come in by donkey? What do you fucking do here? What do you do?"
And they want to fire you so bad.
Yeah, they just hate
but
you.
you're the king of ratings,
And
so
they're the
they can't
in-between
touch
guys, so they can't even fire you. They could suggest you be fired, but if you're doing well, that's your only power. And I think that's why you turn it around and start beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, none of these knuckleheads around here could fire us. None. There's not one guy, here that can fire us.
Mr. Karmazin.
Speaking of which,
pretty much it.
Tell Greenstein there was pee on the fucking toilet seats again today. I want that fucking.
He's got to go in there with some paper towels.
What do you mean it's not his job? I don't know what he does. I haven't seen him in 3 months.
Some Opie quicker picker upper paper towels and
tell him there's some urine on the fucking toilet seats again. I want to sit down nice every morning.
Well, no, he is busy. He just started a new radio station here with his tailor, and things are popping.
Yeah. It's just amazing.
But Ronnie,
we can't get. Sometimes we can't get guests because they're busy back in his office having a conversation with him.
I think Rolling Stone, the Rolling Stones had a song about that. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Which one's that? Wait a minute. Let me think.
Let me think. I can't say this one. I'm brave.
Ronnie
I'm not
knows.
this brave. I'll write it down for fucking Ronnie though.
Oh, that's the one you can never play on the radio, but Opie decided to play it once on the radio.
Yeah.
Now, yes, you're absolutely.
Well,
Kevin from Connecticut.
It was part of the Pick Your Stones weekend up there in Buffalo, where we had callers call in, and you could pick whatever Rolling Stones song you want, and they picked that one, and I never heard the song before.
Well, couldn't you just went by the title and thought this isn't going to fly?
I think, Ronnie, if you know your Rolling Stones, I think the song is actually that. Okay. All Well, we're talking about a song called Star.
Star.
That has the word fuck and fucker probably 200 times in it.
Well, you're being very vague now.
Where's this going? Where's this going?
Yeah,
well, where it's going is, so someone picks the song up in Buffalo. I start the record, and my intro was, oh, what a great song this is. And then I turned down the monitor because I was flirting with some girl on the phone. And they're playing this at a promotion, some kind of car show. With the speakers on the van, and it's just cranking through the whole fucking thing.
Did you start hearing it and be like, hey, what are they playing? Shit, that's me.
What happened, and I believe his name is Mike Benson, was the jock that had to be on the scene. He calls the hotline, and I'm like, wow, that's weird. Why is the hotline fucking ringing? Oh, hold on, babe. Hold on.
Yeah.
And I pick up the phone, and he's like, do you know what the fuck you're doing? And I turned up the monitor, and next thing you know, I almost fucking,
thought that was the end of your career.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. I had
the first of many thought that was the end of the careers.
I had to kiss some major ass with the general manager at the time to save my job. But we were under the radar, so there was never an FCC complaint.
Even though you knew like you were wrong and you were saying, yeah, I fucked up, did he just keep going, why did you do that? Because it's something big that they can yell at. You gave him a reason.
I pleaded. I said I never heard this song before. It's Pick Your Stones weekend. I figure, what the hell? I didn't know the Rolling Stones cursed like that.
Pre-listen to the music before you blah. I suck. I know nothing about it.
Hey, what is a better fucking gig to than Pick Your Stones weekend? How about a little creativity, you fucks? Give us something to work with.
Well, it was 20 years ago.
Pick Your Stones weekend.
What was your worst fuck up on the air? That was probably my worst fuck up on regular radio. Well,
my worst fuck up.
Actually, we might have had another one.
Later on in talk radio, I think we had a couple.
My worst fuck up ever is, hey Fez, why don't you just move into that chair? And I'm just saying to somebody who's sobbing right now, Roosevelt Island. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
He was peeking around the corner when we were asking you to do our show.
Was he?
And then I'm like, how do I handle this? I like Fez, but I like different looks. I wanted the Opie Anthony Ron look today.
Yeah, why not? Right?
They call it the Orr Show.
We saw him as we were pulling out of the garage yesterday. Doing his laps around the building. We saw him doing his laps. It was, it's like, oh, there's Fez.
We were doing Mystery Science Theater.
And it was, him walking.
We were doing Mystery Science
and
Theater.
I think someone in the vehicle at the time might have, as he walked past us, go, look. Fear, anxiety, what's going on? Look at the road, look at the building, what's happening? Something's falling on me. There's got to be a piano over my head. There's change on the ground. My father, give me change.
We had his dialogue.
It's not the most confident walk. It's all hunched over.
It's not
something is about. He walks like something is about to happen any second.
You wouldn't. It's like a chihuahua before an earthquake. it's not this confident strut. You wouldn't call it a strut.
No, you wonder why he doesn't get mugged a lot in New York, because he looks like a victim.
He probably looks too much like a cop trying to get mugged, because you look and go, no one actually walks like that.
Right, that's true.
It's got to be.
Well, he does his laps before the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah.
So
he gets himself together.
But he is concerned. And plus, it takes a lot to get him into that elevator. It's like a what about Bob moment for him every single day. Right. Baby steps to get in the elevator.
I love What About Bob, by the way, a movie people don't talk about.
After that woman got killed in the elevator recently, we actually said, like, oh, my God, what are they going to do? How are they getting him upstairs?
Right.
That had to be one of those things where he just did not want to get in an elevator.
You have to take the time and have a ride with him, because it's unbelievable. Because it's like being in a Piper Cup with a storm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you notice that there's fucking sounds in the elevator? Because I never do, but he hears them.
He hears every
little... He hears them. For him, it's screws popping out of the bottom. He just hears it.
It's the cable going... Ping, ping, ping,
yeah. Ping, ping. But I have been like, you guys don't do it because no one would come to work when you do. But we have, a bunch of other floors, so sometimes you get on the elevator with a lot of people.
It's got to stop.
And he has to be in a certain part of the elevator or else it'll crash.
The safe place.
Yeah. So he's back holding on, so when the floor falls out, he's going to be able to hold on to those bars.
Oh, my God.
So I look through, like like 8 to 10 people at him one day, and I just see him sobbing in the middle of
Oh my God!
with a bunch of other people.
Oh my God!
And I'm just like saying to people next to me, I go, "What's with her? Huh? She's fucking losing her shit over there."
Oh, poor Fez.
That's hilarious.
That sounds like hell on earth.
But even if the floor dropped out, do you think he'd be able to hold on and suck it up in a die-hard moment, really, where it's, he's got to crawl through the ceiling? What's he going to do?
Not unless he's been working on his tries lately.
Yeah, that's like a that's a tricep
exercise.
So hold on while the floor gives away, and you're holding on to the rail in the back of the elevator. Yeah, that's a big one.
Kevin from Connecticut, the Rolling Stones song "Star Star" features the word "fuck" 59 times. He just counted it.
Wow.
There you go. Thank God. What is it? 60 is the FCC complaint?
Yeah,
that's it. After
you're
6,
fine.
he was like,
Absolutely.
"Come on."
So you just skated.
Ronnie was telling us, speaking of music, there was a buzz in the hallway yesterday.
Oh God!
There's a buzz in the hallway.
What year is this?
Well, there's a lot of talk because the new Springsteen album has got everybody thrilled here.
And by everybody, you mean Roland.
Well, this is the sad thing, and this is because of you guys. Everybody was invited to the listening party, but Roland.
Oh, shit.
Roland said, "Can I go to the listening?" Yeah.
What?
Can I go to the listening
Why
party?
do they fucking do this to him?
There was a whole management. Everybody was at this long table, and they were all listening to the new Bruce.
Why bring the one guy that knows everything about Bruce Springsteen?
And Roland was sitting in the office while it was happening.
They wouldn't invite him?
He knew what they were doing too.
You understand every fifth word Roland says.
Why did they actually be thinking Bruce Springsteen?
Who was in there that shouldn't have been in there?
All upper management was in
Well,
there.
they shouldn't be in there. What do they know about music?
One person said that he enjoyed watching them through the glass window because of all the forced head nodding that was happening.
It was the old school. It was like they were on quick hooks, like fuck yeah. Just pulling at their hair, very short hair now.
Was someone playing air drums? At the table too, like this is great.
Oh, I used to hate sitting in those sessions. We gotta find a single off this album.
Yeah.
This is our job today, man.
Did you ever pick one? Were you ever the guy who came through?
Not officially.
I only did it
don't think
once.
so. Really?
I only did it once, and it was "Sweet Child of Mine."
A little song called
Sweet Child
I said to Charlie Logan, I go, "We're on the wrong fucking song, dude. Let's go over, turn it. Sweet Child of Mine."
What song were they thinking?
I don't know, Mr. Brownstone or Welcome to the Jungle. At the time, everything was changing. It was a game changer, as we like to say. Right?
It was a game changer.
And you picked the Sweet Child O' Mine.
I picked the Sweet Child of Mine, and never again, again was I ever able to say, "Hey, this is the hit."
Boy, the next one, you must have been very confident.
Oh yeah,
Thinking I can do this.
This is, I love talking about old radio with Ronnie because this goes back to when program directors actually picked their own music for their own station, and then you fast forward a few years, and then it was literally 5 guys across the country picking the music for every single radio station.
KRQ in L.A.
Right.
Oedipus was a guy.
Yeah, K-Rock in L.A. is playing this, so we gotta. PCN's playing this, so we gotta.
Yeah, that's the real pussies that would do that. Just try to piggyback on somebody else's ear.
That's when the business started becoming shit, and that's when you had to start talking for a living, or you were going to be fucked over.
And this is also the part of business that Sam missed was record guys that would fucking take you to the best steakhouse, fucking
the strip clubs,
right? So
maybe
a few bumps in the bathroom,
maybe a hooker here and there.
Yeah,
we always used to say this one doesn't smell like a hit. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but give it a listen. You do that thing of
give it another
there's
sniff.
Only an album in here. Seems a little light to get airplay. Right up to Day Party.
Day Party. Holy shit! Remember Day Party? Then some songs were.
We've been in this a while.
Then some songs were fucking too rockin'. I'm just dumbing it down for people. Were too fucking rock and roll for like middays, so they would day party, meaning. You had to start playing it at 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
Guy.
And then if you were the asshole that said fuck that and played it earlier, all hell would break loose.
What are you doing?
And it was really stuff like Metallica would be like, "Oh, you can't play that during the day.
Yeah.
That's nighttime. That's for the fucking
people are in their office now.
Right.
They're working. They can't listen to that.
Right. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like
and
you were gonna fuck up what was called workplace listening. Workplace listening. Right.
I hear guitar.
Oh shit. You know what? I want to write a book, but we should write a book, like a bunch of us.
And we'll call it "No One Cares But Us." It's going to be the name of it. Because there are guys that have tried to do that, like, you know, when they'll write the old NEW book, or, you know, when we were Freeform Radio book.
Yeah, but they put the rose-colored glasses on.
But
man.
every jock buys it, and that's about it. Because no one else gives a shit. Because Earl buys a copy.
Yeah. Because
this is fascinating.
Because they romanticize it.
Yeah.
All those asshole old jocks that think it still matters what music you're playing during your show.
Are there really people like that left at this point?
Yes.
That actually think the same way you had to think back in '85, the PLJ and NEW days?
Yeah, they're down there. They're
down
still
the hall.
down the hall.
They're down the hall. Hoping that's coming
to
back.
the new Bruce song and say, hey,
Wait,
where are we going to put
So
this?
the hallways were a buzz because of Bruce Springsteen?
Everyone,
Like Ronnie said, I don't want to. He's put out 17 albums now.
everyone who's a boss here,
And by a boss.
everybody who's management here.
Oh,
that's what I meant.
meant Bruce.
Loves Bruce Springsteen.
And what is that going to do for the company? They're trying to get him in here, right?
Yeah.
Can we put something out, a sticker or some shirts? We need something that ties us together. We want to own Bruce. Sirius XM needs to own Bruce.
By the way, do we have a
shut up.
Do we have a shredder in this joint? Because we're all writing notes.
I know.
And I'm stuffing my pocket with notes
I
already.
just decided not to write my down for that exact
There are
reason.
secret notes going back and forth.
And I'm making the J. And like, who's listening?
My starfucker notes going in my pocket. No one's finding
There
out.
are notes written on napkins. This is like a fucking CIA meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, but what are they going to do with the Springsteen? They were just trying to. Isn't there a single that the?
Yeah, I mean, we played the single.
What is it? It's called "Dancing in the Dark" too.
Yeah,
it's fucking really good.
I think we played it yesterday. It just
is it back into the tunnel of love?
Yes.
I like when they do that.
Yes.
Like back into hell.
Right.
Bat out of hell. I love that.
This is Born to Rest. It's just. Well, I don't know whether you heard the new song, but he's talking about New Orleans like it just fucking happened.
Really?
Like, what are we going to do with those people?
What happened? That's ancient history now.
Yeah,
what happened?
we're running against Bush again. There's no Obama.
In this song, is he going to make believe he's a working class guy again?
Yeah, back in
blue
Jersey.
collar guy.
I'm in Asbury Park, Wendy.
Let's all ignore
that.
that.
Are you still?
Let's all ignore that he's in a $20 million mansion somewhere in Jersey that he can't even find on Google Maps.
Well, the maids didn't show up and my parlor's dirty. And someone took a billiard ball off the table.
What's so important? What's so important? Your notebook has to stay in front of you.
Look at him. He's got his notes. What are you taking
doing?
notes, Sam?
I write down what happens on the show.
What? Just write nothing.
What?
And
It's the
go
exact
home.
opposite of radio, what you're doing right now.
You're
School.
You're going to be.
Yeah.
He's going to write a tell-all book. This
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah, you know he is.
Bad shit about Opie, he's going to call it. Just, isn't it fucking Newt's ex-wife?
Yeah. She's going to fuck us eventually.
This song is all right, but it's not going to like change.
The
things.
Springsteen channel is one of the high-profile channels here.
Why?
So we're already locked in. We don't have to listen to anything. Just put it on.
Why isn't his picture out in the lobby instead of the book radio lady?
All right, look.
That fucking show's good, though.
Book radio? You like that? Yeah. I
They don't
gotta
even
admit, I
finish-
gave it a listen, and I'm hooked.
They don't even finish the books.
No,
We
why would
learned.
they?
If you're
That's
gonna
like
have book
playing.
radio, finish
That's
a
like
book.
playing half a song and
Right.
go, play the rest at your home, your house.
Well, they
Just-
do they day part too, so at night you can listen to the Cunt in the Hat. And it's, Whew. I mean, that's suggestive.
It's like, I think this book's a little too macabre for middays.
Yeah.
we can't do that.
Fucking Ronnie's making us do radio today.
Why? What do you normally do? What happens?
We're a bit more hyper, high energy.
no,
I think we're trying to impress Ronnie over here.
I
That is
think
true.
Let's tone it down a little bit here.
I want you to write something down in your notebook there for today.
Okay.
Sam?
Meals for Feels. We're really going to fucking or Feels for Meals. Which one was
Whatever
it?
it is, but
That's the dream.
It is the dream. That's the mark that we have to
But
hit.
supposedly they're going to allow us to do it now, right?
No, but it's a bastardized version.
This is something we've been trying to get done for over 10 years.
It's very
I can't
simple.
believe Ronnie brought it
It's
up.
very simple. Big refrigerator box.
And no one
Two
will see it
holes
our
cut
way.
in it.
They
Two
won't
holes
see it
cut in
our
the box.
way.
Have a chick that's topless in the box. You come up with a donation of a canned food thing during the holidays.
Right.
You put it down. You shove your hands in the holes. You feel her tits. You move on.
Right.
It's brilliantly 1990. But for some reason we couldn't do it.
No.
And now they're saying we can do it, but it's different. It's got to be done in the fishbowl where everything's done now. When we need a huge crowd of 10, we go to the fishbowl.
And I think they're going to allow 20 people up.
20 people that are pre-screened that it won't offend anybody. And then the chick's got to wear a parka or something. They shove their hands in and feel some fucking down.
Sure.
I love it when they put you guys in a fishbowl and then they surround it with paper. It's no longer a fishbowl.
It's not a fishbowl.
Yeah.
It's a fishbowl with gunk on the side. Well, you know when you used to have to take that razor blade and scrape your fishbowl?
They took our
That's what it is.
They took our amazing studio away. But they're like, but we have the fishbowl.
Don't worry about it,
But
guys.
instead of having listeners just come and go, it's like, no, we got to control this.
I loved it.
They give us 12 seats.
Remember when that studio was like Wonderama? When we were over there, there's the bleacher seating, the peanut gallery. It was great.
I think that's when I officially gave up.
Well, we lost that?
Yeah. I was like, what are you going to do?
That was fantastic.
You know,
Now let's just watch the clock.
This room with this fucking black wallpaper is actually depressing.
Really?
It is. This is like being in Iron Maiden's fucking rehearsal studio. It just has
But some nice lights would help that.
Yeah, the lighting's awful. It's just dingy.
Jaundice yellow.
Yeah. It just feels like 12 Monkeys, like the fucking future scenes of 12 Monkeys.
I wish I knew.
Hey, Bob. Gonna do a radio show today, Bob?
Yeah, we're going to do a radio show.
I wish I knew who we could talk to about this.
Yeah.
I've talked to everyone I thought I could talk to about it, so I don't know.
It's done. There's nothing that's
Look,
going to
one of the
change
filters
in here.
fell off. They don't even care about that.
Well,
Don't
those
turn on the
lights are
lights.
fucking- that's an
Sam.
atomic
This
fucking
one
pile.
doesn't work at all, right?
Nah, that's
No,
just...
it works, but it gives you headaches.
Can I turn on
That
the
light
light?
gives you headaches, huh?
Can I turn on the lights?
You
Yeah,
want to
you
give
can,
it? Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Turn the lights on. Those are the ones. These are the ones they gave us when we have guests in, so that if we're videotaping or taking pictures, it just looks a little brighter. Oh Jesus!
Oh,
And
God.
a little better. It's
And that one doesn't even work anymore.
Oh, Mars!
Of
What
course.
happened, Mars?
We haven't turned it on in a while. Yeah.
Don't look into it. It might come on.
So this is nice, though. So when a guest comes in, he feels like he's being X-rayed. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like
We can give
prepare
him
you for the cancer years.
we could give him a clean bill of health on his way out.
What is that?
This is the logic, though. They're like, this is good. You guys could work with this, right?
Yeah, that's good. It's not too distracting.
We
is
should
it?
probably get enough of those to spell out Lady Gaga, because it looks like some bad tour.
It looks like Kiss. When
Yeah.
Kiss fucking flashes the Kiss sign.
You wanted the best. You got the best.
It's
Oh,
horrible.
this is fucking terrible.
It's mind-boggling. Eric
And that's
Logan.
what we
Eric
asked
Logan
for.
would have never allowed this if he didn't run away from us.
And when you
if
ask
he
them
didn't
down the
escape
hall,
this place.
that's what we asked for.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what you asked for.
Yeah.
Oh, really? This cube of lights, fucking light bright at nuclear strength.
Should
That's
we?
what it is.
Should we shine the lights down the hall again today, Sam?
That is we
Just leave it.
We
Yeah,
put
we-
them in that window once
yeah.
when they first got installed, and just shine them down the hallway.
And they get really
so when they
pissed.
walk up, they know what it's like to have to stare into these
I really
things.
think these are lights that you see on runways. I'm not even.
Yeah, that is
I just
true.
looked at this light for 2 seconds. I can't even see your
We
face.
could, yeah.
Dude, I can't even see your face.
Blink, it's cool.
Now,
It's
have
like
you
the
turned-
cheap buzz.
Have you turned it on in front of guests?
No,
Have you ever
never.
attempted it?
No,
Never. We're
be
embarrassed.
embarrassed.
Right.
Too embarrassing.
but they think this is good.
We're gonna have the likes of a David Duchovny staring to those fucking.
David Duchovny. Well, I've never, sir.
Oh my goodness! I was on the X Files. For the love of fuck! What am I doing here, looking at these lights?
With all the guys that got fired from regular radio, I'm just amazed that these are the people that survived.
They're
Yeah.
the
I'm
cockroach.
amazed.
They're the
They got-
cockroaches.
Do you know how many really talented radio guys are on beaches right
You know
now?
how delicate the praying mantis
Holy
is?
fuck.
They're delicate. The cockroach, on the other hand, they live through anything. That's what they are down there. The cockroach. We are the last bastion of praying mantis.
Mm-hmm.
Elegant, graceful, amazing.
So the Springsteen album, huh? So their whole goal is to get Springsteen to do an hour in the fishbowl.
Well, they're also just like that's the one guy they're legitimate fans of,
Yeah, but who cares?
so they go crazy for him.
What about Southside Johnny? They don't fucking have any time for him?
Are the Asbury Jukes still
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're
played-
still rocking,
played
right?
a bar next to my house last night.
We're having a party.
Turn it down!
320
People are trying to
pounds.
sleep!
But now they got to do having a party on a much lower volume.
Hey, everybody, who knows? Maybe tonight Bruce will stop in.
Oh, no.
Did he stop in one time?
Yeah.
They promote it as and special special guests.
And tell Ronnie.
Oh, I heard Bruce is showing up.
Tell Ronnie Sir Morgan's Cove. The Sir Morgan's Cove story.
Oh, that was the one with the AAF. They were
because you just brought back a memory.
This venue was famous in Worcester, Mass. For they would have bands and stuff like that, local Worcester guys, and then occasionally they'd have
the place.
Every
city
whatever.
has one.
Every city's got one of these, and they would promote, hey, this is where the Rolling Stones played. The Stones played.
It was one of those weird things that happened where the Stones dropped in for whatever reason.
In 1983,
if that,
I think it was maybe, and they were still promoting it like, hey, this is where
every
the Stones,
commercial.
This is where the Stones played. Just continuing to try. It's like when a comic has their fucking credits on.
Right.
As heard on the Arsenio Hall show. Wow, yeah, he cracked Jack Parr up.
Like the Stones were going to show up again, and every other big band coming through Worcester.
Special secret guest this evening.
Right.
Whoa,
they would hint that maybe
is this Soft White Underbelly? Right. I hear Soft White Underbelly's playing. It's Blue Oyster Cult. It's Blue Oyster Cult. I remember when Blue Oyster Cult played in Huntington, and I was like, "Wow, this is cool." They're playing that place right down the street from
was it Sparks?
The restaurant there, from Riley's.
Okay, yeah.
That place, it was the theater, the old 99-cent theater. Right. And they were playing there, and I was all psyched, like, yeah, I'm going to see Blue Oyster Cult. And it was well after they had peaked with, Don't Fear the Reaper. And I went in there, and I could carry on a normal conversation with the person next to me right in the middle of ME 262. Five guitar armies going on, and I'm sitting there going, wow, they really have turned it down, haven't they? Yes, they have.
The 5 guitar army.
I'm like, what happened? This should be blowing my ears out. Everyone's sitting. That's when you realize, I think I'm getting up there. Yeah. I think I'm getting up there.
By the way, they're still playing local gigs.
Oh, I know. You know when I really knew it was over? When they actually asked my brother to play bass guitar. It was like, literally, my brother met with Buck Dharma,
well, your brother's
Eric
talented.
Bloom.
He's a talented guy.
He's a talented guy, but there are many talented guys that don't get the chance to sit there, audition, and get the gig with Blue Oyster Cult. And it's like,
It's one thing like to have a childhood dream, but it should never really come true.
It shouldn't come true. It should never really come true. We used to fucking listen to Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, and we'd listen to this shit and just be like, this is the best, we're rocking it. And then fast forward, and there's Joe with the guys going, yeah, I know that one.
Right.
Why didn't he get the gig?
What?
Why didn't he get the gig?
He was too tall.
No.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, those guys
Joe
are
was
really short.
They are they are like
5'6".
Three Stooges small. They are very short guys.
I had no idea this.
And Joe was much too tall to be the bass player.
They
in
actually
the back
called him and said that to him?
They love him. They still love him. Like Joe fucking hangs out with him.
So how about they make like a little stage thing?
Oh, put him in a ditch like
put him in a little ditch,
or they could stand on boxes like the black guy from Green Mile.
Yeah,
like nah. But he was too tall for the gig.
Wow.
Yeah. He's been playing the shit forever. He knew every song. Yeah. But that's when I knew, though. I was like, wait a minute. Blue Oyster Cult is
right
on a high. Oh, here's this.
Wait, what's this,
Where's
Sam?
Blue Oyster Cult playing?
No, this is...
Oh, I thought you had their dates.
What's this?
This is in Worcester, right? The Lucky Dog?
Oh, is that the old Sir Morgan's Cove?
It must be, because there's a...
How do you change the name? No, there's a Rolling Stones link.
There's a link right on the side that says Rolling Stones. And then it says, in 1981, the Rolling Stones played a surprise concert at the Lucky Dog.
Are you shitting me?
At the Lucky Dog Music Hall, at the time, Sir Morgan's Cove.
Oh, wow. They're still doing it. We've been out of Boston for, I don't even know now.
There's the pics, Mick. And this was back when he was wearing football pants. Remember that was the one tour, the Tattoo You tour, where he, for some reason, acted like he was fucking Joe Montana.
You know why? He was turning 40.
Oh, is that right?
And it was a big deal. People were like, holy fuck, Mick Jagger's 40.
Can he still rock
He's
that
gone.
old?
This guy's done. He only has a year or two left in his career. No one goes past 40 in rock and roll.
31 fucking years
and
ago.
they're thinking about going on tour again to celebrate 50 years, I think.
they'll fucking sell it out.
Yep.
They will sell it out.
But
I remember the football pants days.
Do you realize from the time that the Stones played there till now,
right?
If you went from then backwards, it was before the Stones were even fucking together.
Well, you're talking about 1951.
51.
Sir. 50.
You could vividly remember Hitler.
49.
Vividly remember Hitler.
Hitler, they were closer to Hitler than you are to 9/11. That's how. Like, people are still having fucking Hitler anxieties. Like, I don't want it to happen again. You know, I don't like to be in a cramped room.
Exactly.
Look, that's all fun until you start doing it with your age. I'm closer to 60 than 30.
I'm closer to dead than I was fucking fifth grade.
Yeah, the middle age thing is a lie. First of all, did you even expect to be this old?
Nah,
I was
never
shocked. I was shocked at 21. I go, how did this happen to me?
I used to do the math like when I was, honestly, when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, I'd be like, when I'm like 40, and you get up there and realize what year it is, and you just expect Jetsons like,
sure.
Cars are going to be flying by. We're all in Mylar suits.
Eating pills and nothing else.
Yes, exactly. And then you get that age, and you look around, and there's still telephone poles and cars, and people are still assholes. We're not Vulcans. We have emotion. What happened?
Tablets.
Well, we do have the iPod and the iTouch and the iPad
and now Apple's saying that textbooks are going to go away.
What?
Yeah, it
that's
came out
preposterous.
Yesterday. They're taking out the textbook.
Did you hear
industry.
that on Book Radio?
I heard it on Book Radio.
Book Radio?
They're done. They're fucking panicking over there.
They don't know what to do. They're having a meeting down the hall. They don't know what to do.
No, I mean, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, but you know, to go back to the music thing that's so weird is the fact that we still pay attention to music from 1967, which is well over 40 years ago.
Wow, yeah.
But people in 67 were not listening to music from the 20s and still talking about it.
Yes.
That would just be gone. Like, even like in 67, they weren't talking about the 50s.
Right.
Like Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis couldn't find work.
Right.
Done.
You know?
Yeah, it was all about...
we were all programmed. Because that's all radio played over and over again.
But it's just it's a mindset.
But
too.
what
it's
happened?
Like some weird thing.
But if you think about it, I'm trying to think what year. Like from 90 to maybe the turn of the century. All those artists and those songs, they're not being played anywhere. You know what I mean?
So the 90s are gone, but the 60s and 70s are still
That's
here.
what's weird.
How does that work?
If I go back to Long Island and I turn it on BAB, they're still playing the exact same fucking playlist than when I was there well over 20 years ago.
It's like a Twilight Zone.
That's weird. But all the stuff that kind of came out 90 and after, they'll pick maybe just
Pearl
a
Jam.
couple.
Pearl Jam gets to stay.
Yeah, they get to stay. Maybe a little Nirvana, maybe a little Alice in Chains. But all those other bands that were doing all right in that era, there's no place for them. That's why Sirius XM, the one thing they did do right was the classic rewind. All those fucking groups and songs that kind of fell through the cracks.
Do you remember though? I remember growing up when the oldies station was nothing but ba 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 bang dang dang for years, and then all of a sudden it turned into like fucking 70s and 80s music.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you can't find fucking ba 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 ba. That's done on
Why
regular
would you
radio.
find that?
But that's just it. It's it's done. But it was there for years, for decades.
I got some guys coming in on my show that have been around for 50 years. They're called the Persuaders, and they do like Grateful Dead songs and shit
Really?
in that style.
In the oldie kind of
and they've been
50s
around like
doo-wop.
during their 70s and shit. And they're just great.
They do Shakedown Street.
I don't know everything that they do. Like, I don't know the whole shit. I'm just gonna let them do their stuff. But I just think it's fucking hysterical.
It is an odd.
I want to hear that
twist
now.
on
When's
Grateful
that
Dead.
happening?
Today. Yeah.
Oh, so you're
Like
doing
2
two
o'clock out.
shows today?
Are you insane?
What's wrong with you?
You are the Iron Man of radio. You know that.
You know, I don't know how to tell you this, but everyone else works 8 hours a day in
That's
America.
crazy. I can't even imagine it. If I'm not home in bed by 10:40,
Right.
I feel like I'd put an OT.
I mean, guys that lift couches and shit work 8 hours.
Aren't there people for that? People do that? I thought they'd just get people.
And we bitch about a 4-hour day.
Yeah.
Oops.
But they're not doing what you're. They don't have the ability to have people bring them coffee. And
They don't have a Club
Yeah.
Soda Kenny?
there's no fucking Oscar winners to come in and carry the weight for a while.
Yeah, come on. It's easy, right?
We get mad when we have to walk down the sidewalk to the cars.
I don't like that. Unless
We
my
don't like
car's,
that, Ronnie.
Unless my car's pulled
Yeah.
up downstairs.
We don't
unless
like
I see
that.
Kenny's gorgeous face behind the wheel of my Escalade, I feel like I was like, I got to walk to the fucking garage now.
You know where you
catastrophe.
should go sometime? You should go to New York. Really, you should.
I should take a look.
I don't
Yeah,
think,
take
I
a
don't
look
think
around New
I
York.
hear it's exciting.
I don't think Anthony has ever really seen New York. You're right.
Yeah, you should probably.
You're here every day, but
He asked me the other day where 52nd Street was.
Oh, that's way the hell uptown, right?
Oh,
that's near Harlem.
Now, did you hear about Bloomberg's bet? What he's bet our street here, 49th Street.
Did he bet the whole street?
Yeah, and we will be called, if we lose against San Francisco, 49ers Street.
Oh, no.
That's where we will now work.
Now that's crazy.
And then
I
he's sending
refuse.
bagels.
Yeah, that Bloomberg is, wow. Oof.
He's
creative.
He's a wild man.
He's crazy.
Now,
wow, I didn't even know this.
if the Giants lose, he's going to smoke a carton of cigarettes. That's the fucking.
That's
that's
like
the
that.
angle.
Yeah. I don't go for those city against city football bet things.
We will
Those are pretty
send
much
you
done.
a fresh New England wine.
Oh, here they go. It's Boston. They're sending some chowder.
Yeah.
They're sending some chowder. And San Francisco is just going to send cock. Just going to send some cock over.
It's you could pick this in. It's going to be sourdough bread.
You just know what it is.
Philadelphia's a cheesesteak.
Cheesesteaks coming. Cheesesteaks.
Baltimore crab cakes. It's like it's still all they have.
Yeah,
You don't do cheesesteaks in New York City, right, Ronnie?
No, I wouldn't fucking dream of it.
Because now I'm a cheesesteak guy.
That's got to be hack, though, in New York.
As soon as we get,
Terrible.
As soon as we get into,
Where do you go for it?
Just local, really.
There's not one spot. Where do you go for hoagies down there?
I'm not a hoagie guy as much as a cheesesteak guy. I know everyone has their place. We just go local, right up the street.
Terrible for
No, they're. Oh yeah, well yeah.
for you?
It's like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
awfulness.
Well, thank God I don't live down there. But when we visit, we got to get our cheesesteak either coming into town or leaving town.
Most of the
Have
people
to.
that live in Philly die by the age of 30. But
Is that the average?
yeah, but mainly it's still angel dust accidents after all these years.
It has nothing to do with cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I think
Fucking
Buffalo
angel
is.
dust or shooting, perhaps.
I think Buffalo's is way more unhealthy.
the wings?
than Philly. The wings, fuck
Yeah.
yeah. The guy that invented them died at 50 of
Yeah,
a
he was
major
done.
fucking heart attack.
Have you ever had even cheese bread in fucking Buffalo? Everything they have is just like so. But here's what I
cheese
love.
and
Yeah, just cheese
goo and oil
fried
and grease, yeah.
inside of.
They have fish fry Fridays up there, and they have buffalo wings. They have to be way more unhealthy.
That's crazy,
Philly's known for the hoagies and the cheesesteak. That's about it, I think.
A
And the
scrapple,
pretzels.
Scrapple. Oh,
Yeah.
Pork
God,
roll?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I only discovered pork
Pork
roll
roll.
within the last 2 years.
that's a Jersey thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Pork
so
roll.
Philly's
Yeah.
stealing that?
What is it? What's
Well,
the
you
difference
know.
between pork roll and just fucking pork? What do
One
they
comes
do?
in a roll.
And
that in
there's
a
probably
roll.
there's probably cheese in the middle, right?
They've figured out how to make it even more
More unhealthy and-
Unhealthy,
yeah.
basically.
Oh man.
Pork roll with some eggs, forget it.
But really, how long you want to live?
You're
At the
right.
end of the day, how
it
long
is
you
true.
wanna live?
I'd rather have quality than quantity.
Yeah,
Tell you the
you want to
truth.
go out like Butch Cassidy in his Sundance Kid.
Yeah, just come out that door
blaze.
blazing.
blazing,
Blazing.
Hopefully, there's a freeze frame, and that'll be it.
Yeah, Bolivian armies out there waiting for you with a cheesesteak.
Is Roland here yet? He's going to have a lot to say about the Bruce Springsteen listening party. I can't wait to
Oh
hear.
man, he's gonna be pissed.
Who figured out Roland yesterday? It's fucking brilliant. The panda thing.
Tom Papa.
Tom Papa comes in and goes, Roland is the panda
Is a
bear
panda.
that attacks.
He looks all cuddly and nice and puts that front out, but if you get close to the cage, he starts pulling your jacket off and trying to rip your fucking head off.
this is
and you
Roland.
sit there going, why is an adorable thing trying to kill me?
Yeah, this
he's
is-
adorable, yet I'm on the brink of death here.
This is Roland right here. This describes Roland.
Look,
Nice panda
cuddly.
bear, just kind of doing
Look
his
at it,
thing.
it's adorable.
Aw. And then,
hey, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck with you a little, and you're still like, it's adorable.
yeah, he can't really.
And why
fuck
am I
with me,
sitting
right?
here?
And that's Roland. Right
Now the
there.
panda's trying to pull an Asian gentleman through the bars, and he really look he's mad.
That is.
I've never seen this shit. I never knew the panda could attack.
Look at it, it's fucking mad. Look at him.
But do you know that Roland can attack? 'Cause-
Oh yeah,
all
we've
right,
seen
well,
him.
there you go.
Yeah.
We've seen him crying.
But the first
he'll
time-
run at you crying and fucking clawing.
And then claw you.
Yeah.
The first time we ever saw Roland go after someone, it was Master Poe, and we were like, oh, Roland's gonna be a pushover. Poe's gonna tear him apart. And then he was the nastiest. Just didn't care what he said, how insulting and hurtful it was.
yeah.
That's Roland. Yeah, the
yeah.
cute panda that'll rip your
Something
fucking head
happened
off.
to him when he was a kid.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no fucking
You think
doubt.
touching?
You think?
Yeah.
You think it was touched?
Yeah, it was just a fucking train.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just fucking. It was just,
A train of
Yeah,
it could have been.
just hours are going by, just fucking covered in cum and blood.
You think all the uncles got together
Yeah,
and said,
just
"Look, I know
yeah.
what you're into. I'm into it too."
It was
That's
a-
why they fucking buttered him up. And made him nice.
It was a real mattress flipper.
The Buffalo people are screaming. The beef on the wick up there.
Oh,
too.
it's unbelievable.
What is beef on the wick?
I don't remember.
It's
as
a very-
much. It's a
it's
long
like-
roll with.
Yeah,
with
but it's
shitty
very like
beef.
a salty. No, it's really fucking delicious. And then they dip. They dip the bread in fucking gravy.
juice,
And yeah. But Buffalo is weird because it's almost like they're one of the few cities left. They haven't been gentrified at all. They've got their own culture that's not like everywhere else.
Right.
You know, it's like the fucking Lost Island, but colder and sadder.
They still believe in the steel industry up there.
Yeah,
They're
they
all-
think it's coming back.
Yeah.
It's gonna make a big comeback.
They haven't taken down these factories. They're just waiting for the time for it to all turn around.
Truckloads of I-beams just flying out of the place.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
I think Buffalo, most unhealthiest city. I'm trying to think of what other cities we got to throw in
How
there.
about like Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
There are a couple of
But what are they known for?
steel.
But people are leaving there too. I mean,
Yeah.
they've scattered. But you
People
may
don't leave Buffalo, though.
Fucking Detroit is awful now.
Yeah.
But that's unhealthy for other reasons.
Any of those
I was talking about
any of the
bullets,
auto,
right?
People are eating
auto
bullets.
industry, auto industry cities are like fucking
Anything that's industry.
ghettos now. Yeah.
Well, we're talking
yeah.
about food-wise.
Oh, I was just talking like when the black people moved
Well,
in.
Detroit is going to
That was
declare
it.
bankruptcy as a city.
Really?
That was on the news 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Well,
going to have to
anyone
take
who
over
ever actually
Detroit.
used to work for a living is in trouble. And
Yeah.
then, what you really need to do now is market as a job. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
marketing.
what are you marketing exactly?
You're marketing stuff other people made, and you're selling them to other countries.
Right.
Yeah,
They
so
don't need
nothing's
us.
really being made.
No.
There's no more, pank, the sound effects from Allentown.
Right.
Tank, dun, dun,
Yeah, that's-
pank,
Yeah, that song doesn't make sense anymore.
No.
What are these noises? We haven't heard those in 20 years.
Yeah, what is
Well,
that?
we're working here in cubicles. That's the way guys are now.
type.
We're thinking outside of the box.
They're gonna green light my idea.
In my neighborhood where I grew up, that you would go to the fucking your friends' houses, and their dad's work boots were always in the bag.
Yeah.
They could never wear their
All
boots
dirty and yeah.
They could never wear their boots inside. You
Yeah.
know? You're like, what do these fucking men do?
It's got like
What's
fucking
my future going to be like?
tar on there and
Right.
fucking metal, molten steel dried up on the
They're
heels.
just building the city.
Oh yeah, they're very busy.
The other weird thing is, like, fucking kids will never. There was always a chance that our dads would die at work. You know what I mean? It's like, it would be like, there was an explosion today.
We lost Hank.
Hey, you'd come home,
We
your
got to go to
dad,
Hank's wake.
your dad would be sitting in the dark smoking a cigarette, and you think maybe he's sobbing a little bit. What happened? Your mom be like, "Oh, don't bring up it. There was trouble today at work."
Trouble at work. Yeah.
What happened
Just,
there?
unless you're a cop or a fireman now,
Right.
you know, that's the only time people have to worry.
Oh,
it's not like
God,
you're going to
is
be
that true?
fucking in a cubicle and a
Yeah.
ceiling tile's going to hit you wrong.
But guys would just get pulled through machines, you know, through extruders. Just be the fucking end of them.
We all knew at least one person that was missing a limb,
Oh,
or
yeah.
at least a finger.
And none of them could hear. None of them, you know, like, our dads are like really old, like at 40, you know? They would just be doing shots and drinking and really.
Oh, Christ.
I don't ever know if people know this, but they used to drink out of really small beer glasses back then, just old guys.
Yeah.
But the tiniest little glasses. Just be so bummed out.
It was tragic, man. Fucking tragic.
A lot of the guys had a shake to them.
Yeah, they would be all fucked up
Just
from
a
it.
little shake.
They're coughing up asbestos in their
Yeah.
lungs, you know, just trying to provide for their family.
Mesothelioma wasn't even a word. It was just
No.
the fucking.
No.
He had the cancer.
And now we got the cubicles.
Yeah.
You got the church key. Opening up those big metal, steel seamed
Yeah.
beer cans of Schaefer. Yeah. Ah, the good old days.
But they were so, and they would fist fight and shit. I mean, they were fucking. Well, did you ever see that thing about the Flyers in the 70s?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just what the town itself
Oh,
was
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
That the fucking town was much tougher than the Flyers are today.
Right.
Like today's Flyers could probably be beat by the 1973 audience, you know, in a fist fight, because they would just fucking hit each other.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
would punch the shit out of each other.
And there wasn't any, there really wasn't cops being called and shit like that. It just happened.
Or when the cops were called, they were like, break this
Yeah,
up.
come on, break
You
it
know?
up, knock it off.
They didn't write anyone up.
Bobby, come over here. Let
Yeah.
me talk to you.
Yeah.
Puts his arm around him. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I gotta fucking come down here for this shit?
Yeah.
And the cop would be like, all right, get out of here.
The Flyers of the 70s and the city matched perfectly. Ronnie is
Yeah.
right. Holy fuck.
People were just crushing. And that's why when Rocky came out, it was like a documentary. It was just like, yes. Yes, of course. He's never going to win. He's never going to fucking win. And then they got fake after that. But the original Rocky, where the guy came close but didn't get it, was Philly.
Right.
That's it. You're not quite going to get there. You're going to get your ass handed to you.
Right.
The end.
Because Philly was always used to that, being in the shadow of New York.
Yeah.
When I saw Rocky and it was the last scene, everybody's going crazy. A guy yelled out, "You're never going to beat that end." And we were like, yeah, he's right. He's not going to fucking win. It's not going to happen. There's no good could ever come out of this. Don't try.
I'm here to tell you, they're still running up those stairs, too.
Of course they are.
They never stopped running up those stairs.
Tourist attraction, right?
Every place has a duck boat.
Now there's footprints. Footprints, too.
Fucking Wyoming has duck boats. What the fuck?
They got the footprints at the top of the stairs where Mr. Stallone.
Did he put the footprints in?
The city did,
His tiny little size 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But did he do it, or did they just get some guy to step in some cement and?
I don't know. I didn't pay too close attention.
Yeah.
I did see footprints though. Like, this is the spot where he actually jumped up and down.
For
after he came
$700,
up the stairs.
Stallone will come sing karaoke at your house.
Feeling
strong now.
But everyone runs up the damn stairs, and you realize it was really not much of a big deal.
Really?
Pretty easy to do.
It looked pretty hard when he did it.
No.
Wow, that was movie magic.
Pumping his arms in the air.
Well, they're
They're not
tiny
even-
little stairs. You could trip on them. They're like...
Oh, you got to like ding, 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 ding. You can't really.
They're girl stairs.
But look
All right,
how, look
that
how-
isn't very long,
look
really.
how flat the stairs are. They made it look like it was.
It's a total
steep
elevation
and long.
of about 10 feet.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, yeah, that guy made it up pretty easy. Well, I guess after all the running he did, you're supposed to think, that's the the finale.
I would love to know if they have a number of how many guys dropped dead of a heart attack at the top
on
of
the stairs.
Right.
There he goes. He tried it.
You got to think there's at least a few.
He went out doing what he wanted to do, though, running up the rocky stairs. He went up the rocky stairs. God bless him.
The weird thing too, that every town is a tourist destination now.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't any double-decker buses when you guys used to come into New York.
No, it's just those big fucking the Odd Couple buses.
I remember, like in Philly on a class trip, we go see the fucking bell, right? The Liberty Bell. We actually could climb on it. They would let the kids. It was just a bell sitting in a room. We were just like kicking it, writing shit on it. Now they treat it like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like
you can't get close to it.
No,
it's not even worth going. You're like,
fucking
I think
bulletproof
there's a bell
glass
in there.
Well, we were sitting on top of the bell. Let's see how many of us we can get on this bell. We were so bored.
That's hilarious.
Everything is an attraction.
It is.
There's double-decker buses.
Right.
There's those duck tour buses. Now every city thinks they can. They have something special.
I've never been to the top of the Empire State Building.
I was there recently.
You finally did it?
First time
Great up there.
ever. The fucked up thing is though, it's great.
You would think I would. I'd never been to the Statue of Liberty.
It was freezing.
People
great
go
up
there
there.
every fucking
It's
day.
great. You could see the whole city. You could see. I saw Jersey from the top of the Empire State Building. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding. I actually was online to go to the Empire State Building. This is recently. And this is when my girl was still living in California. So she's in New York. And I'm like, you got to go to the Empire State Building. She's got a camera. She want to take pictures. So I'm online. And I guess I'm the only one that really has to deal with this. But I look up and it says, no firearms allowed in the Empire State Building. I'm like, all right, look, we got to take a walk. I got to go voucher my gun at a precinct. She was. Her eyes are like, wait a minute, what? You got to voucher your what?
Why didn't you just put it behind a bush and be back in a little while?
Stash it? Should I have stashed it on school? I actually had to go to a precinct.
Wow.
Did you have to walk through a metal detector?
Yeah, they got metal detectors. I'm online looking at the metal detector going, fuck, man, I can't do this. They're going to, give me some shit. So I had to get off the line and go to a precinct. And the cops are hilarious. They're just, all right, here's a nice one. We got hollow points in this thing. Yeah, this is a nice one. Yeah, all right, now come back whenever you want. Come back. Yeah. There was a woman that
did you
woman
like it up
recently.
there? Or did you?
It was fucking freezing cold.
Windy
and
as
the
shit.
wind, when you get up at that height, there's no buildings blocking the wind or anything. It's fucking
Is it worth the
windy
wait?
As a motherfucker.
People wait for hours to do what you did. It's not worth it, right?
I'd rather, with HD now, you could get pictures.
Yeah.
Why
it's
am
better.
Why are you
It's
taking
better.
fucking people? Everyone's got their phone out, taking a picture from the top of the Empire State Building. Meanwhile, you could just go to Google images and download a great picture from any angle. Why do you need to have taken the picture?
It's crazy.
That makes sense.
I don't do the tourist attractions.
Look,
The only one.
I'll steal that and put it on my fucking Facebook.
The only one I really like is Alcatraz.
Yeah,
that's a tourist attraction worth doing, man.
Did you see the new TV show?
No.
Oh, it's supposed to be like a little thriller-ish.
The Lost people do it to JJ. The JJ.
JJ?
This is about really, they didn't close Alcatraz. All those people disappeared, and they're coming back now.
Oh, that's cool.
And fucking Hurley is there to catch them.
Hurley's back.
They brought back Hurley?
Yeah. He got a little bigger than he was on the...
It's based on fact.
Ronnie,
you know it actually happened.
I got a almost 2-year-old. I don't watch TV. I figure I'll start watching TV again when he's 5.
What are you, Baby Einstein?
Yeah.
So what you're doing?
Little Bear, Blue's Clues.
Little Bear. Oh God.
What else is he likes that stupid Barney? I was praying I was going to escape the Barney thing. Ooh. And Yo Gabba Gabba.
Really?
If you care, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's asking to see it. You guys have to be pushing this on him.
He fucking knows. He waves off shows like he's
waves off.
He's waving off. He's like a pitcher. He's waving off shows now. He knows exactly what he wants to watch. I'm trying to squeeze in some SpongeBob because there's at least some adult shit in there.
I couldn't fucking deal with that. The closest I came was.
I'm making it good. I'm making it good for the radio.
No, I know.
When I have to, I certainly can watch a program.
But this was like I was over a relative's house, and they had young kids at the time, and it was right when the second Gulf War started up, and I was glued to the television. You know, it's fucking. You're seeing bombings live. It's fantastic, and I remember sitting up in the living room, and look, we got here, and a fucking VCR tape goes in. Of like fucking what's that one with the big furry blue guy? Hey, the one with the doors, where the fucking Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Monsters Inc.
But at least there's some fucking adult humor in it.
Fuck that! I want to watch a war. Talk about adult humor. There's a fucking war on. I want to see what happens with the war.
I can't watch any of those fucking cartoons that adults like.
No, you don't like the Pixar stuff?
No, I went to one literally at 10 o'clock at night and the place was packed with adults fucking clapping like little kids. I'm like, I'll never come back to any of these.
Which one was it?
I don't know. He's in space and then the humans got fat and then the robot was nice to people.
That was Wall-E.
In space. Robot.
It's fucking terrible.
I like your synopsis.
Yeah.
Wall-E or whatever. I hated that movie. Fucking the one guy, though, in the spaceship that can't move, the big fat...
Jeff Garlin.
That was fucking E-Rock.
Oh, shit.
No, look.
That isn't even right.
We used to make fun of this.
Sorry, E-Rock.
He's a person.
Is he?
Wall-E.
This guy, that's E-Rock.
Oh, man, that kind of is E-Rock. If only his hair was highlighted blonde.
We made fun of this when it came out. We're like, holy shit, that's E-Rock.
Wow.
Just consuming.
But people love, fucking adults love these movies.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think that's a throwback to, oh boy, Roland's
the Panda Bear's coming.
Do you think that's a throwback to like wanting to reclaim some childhood shit? Or
I don't know. I mean, everybody's Michael Jackson, I guess.
Yeah,
everyone's fucking Michael Jackson.
I didn't have a childhood.
Right.
No one had a childhood.
Roland.
I didn't have a childhood. I remember riding a bike.
Right.
I had pissing with my friends riding bikes. I don't need that
at
shit.
that point, all you wanted to do was get older.
Right.
All you wanted to do was fucking grow up.
And
And
then
now
look what
you're like,
happened.
I wish I was fucking 11.
It's a race to 21. It's a race to 21. And then after 21, you kind of want to put the brakes on.
Right.
But it goes faster than ever.
Right.
And then you know.
We're getting so old, we don't even want to race to Friday anymore.
No, it's pretty much. Hey,
Hold on to
how
these
about a long
moments.
week?
Let's just slow down this Tuesday
How
a little
about
bit.
a long week?
Fuck
Hold on
this.
to every moment that you can.
Cherish it.
Yeah.
Cherish it.
Because I remember the days like, oh, I can't wait for Friday. I'm not in that fucking game anymore.
But, you know,
Friday can wait.
Here's the other thing I think that we fuck with our own heads, though, is like when you're fucking 13, you don't feel like you're going to ever be 20.
No.
But when you're fucking 33, you're like, I'm almost 40. And I'm a fucking failure. I'm a giant fucking failure. And nothing worked out that I ever wanted.
I remember when I turned 30, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm going to be 40 soon. And then the anxiety hit.
It's like, I remember
and then you're just
20.
counting down until 40.
I vividly remember 20. Now I'm 30. And that's how close it is to 40? Fuck, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah.
It's over.
It's over. And then, 13, a summer took fucking 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
No shit.
I was like,
that goes by like
great.
that now. A
I know.
summer is like
a summer
that.
like you don't even have enough time to do every weekend. But I remember every year when I was a kid being shocked when they said there was a fucking school starting.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what is school? What? What are you
remember this
talking
odd
about?
thing.
8 weeks. Was
Now summer is
forever.
3 electric bills for my pool heater.
Right.
That's summer to
Yeah,
me.
because-
3 huge electric bills for my pool heater.
Because you got at least 4 assholes every summer that throw some dumb party that you have to go to. So that's 4
it.
weekends
Now you
you're
bring
done
up
with.
that.
Right, yeah.
No,
That's
fuck
it.
those
I
parties
know,
all
look,
right.
You're right.
I'm talking about
No,
that.
I know what you mean.
And then all
But
of a
yeah,
sudden, like, okay, now I got 4 weeks of summer that I could do what I want.
that's why, like, when you get to fucking being an adult, you're like, why would I buy a boat? What am I going to do? Take it out 16 times tops? Why would I
rent one.
have a fucking boat?
Just
when
rent
you're
one.
younger, man, I'm going to have a fucking boat.
I'm gonna have a boat. I'm gonna be out there. Yeah, and you fantasize, go, pretty cool, huh?
Meanwhile, you never do that even when you own a boat.
No.
You tie up with other drunk people and sit and drink and bob like a cork.
And hope the chicks take off their tops.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, fucking it. And then on the way back, you hit a sandbar. You need your friend to tow you off, and then it's laid up for 3 more weeks while you save up money to buy a new prop.
And it's the
That's
end of
owning
it.
a boat. Yeah, and then summer's over.
I think we should take our first break.
I got some grub here.
But we do have Roland in here. Should we do it after the break or
yeah,
now?
we should do it after.
All right, Roland, we want to talk to you about the Bruce Springsteen listening party.
Wait, you can't be happy.
Well, I heard it from outside the glass being cranked up.
Why do they fuck with you so much?
It was like a prison visit for you.
Don't they know how much you like Bruce Springsteen?
Everybody was there. I thought Gary going,
Were they rocking,
I-
biting the lower lip with their eyes closed, going and rocking their head?
I heard it was personal, too.
Oh,
I heard
shit.
It was not.
A vendetta.
Yeah, but I heard it wasn't personal to Roland, but personal to the way you guys behave sometime. And they took it out on Roland.
Took it out on Roland.
Well, guess what we do? We'll take it out on those guys.
There
trust
you
me.
go.
Because it's never going to change. You fuck with one of our guys, we make it hurt. We make it
I
fucking
like
hurt.
it.
No,
Gang
I'm serious.
shit. It's
Only
fucking
we
gang
can
shit.
fuck with Roland, man.
They don't
No.
know this psychological warfare like we do.
Yeah.
They're just fucking themselves over. There's a story with Roland that describes this place perfectly, and it drives me nuts to this day. Fucking Springsteen comes in, right? And they have a bunch of listeners that could take pictures.
Right.
Everyone in this building knows how hardcore Roland is for Springsteen. He has never had a picture with Springsteen, and they would not allow that to happen.
But he was here to take pictures, too,
He
with
was
other people.
here. Like, all
So it's
it
not
would
like
take...
an inconvenience. It's just one more guy taking a picture.
well,
all it would have
they had
taken
two
was...
photographers.
Huh?
Hey, they had 2 photographers. He goes, anybody else? Like,
Anybody else?
And he wasn't allowed to. They basically was told.
Watch out.
He was basically told you're not allowed to have a picture with Bruce
Are
Springsteen.
you sure there's no one else here for a picture?
And Roland is crying
I'm
in the
leaving
corner.
now. I'm
Right.
going back to Jersey. Who wants a picture?
And the fucking guy's in charge here. All it would have taken, Bruce would have never noticed. None of his people would have ever noticed, and you would have taken care of an employee.
But here's the thing: that Roland was in what he was calling blackface Clarence that day. He had like a little bit 10
That
fucking
doesn't work.
saxophone.
But that describes the place.
Yeah.
Everything has to be complicated.
You met the big man, right?
once at SNL.
Yeah, and that's it.
E-Rock?
That was it.
Oh,
see.
That's
What about everybody else in the band?
I met everybody else once. It was all at SNL. They hooked it up.
And you still don't have a picture with Springsteen, and that's all
No.
you want in your life. That's all he wants.
How many times have you seen Springsteen?
250 times.
And
How
Bruce
do
was
you
10
do
feet
that?
away from him, and these guys said,
From
no,
Born
you're
USA
not allowed to
to
have a
on.
picture.
That's like a year almost of just seeing Bruce.
I know.
It's crazy.
And then this tour will add it up. Probably another 60 shows, I hope.
You won't do 60.
60
No, he's
shows.
No,
exaggerating.
because it's a 2.5 to 3 year tour.
He's getting paid to
No,
do
but you're
this.
still exaggerating.
Have you
10
fucked
a year,
250
maybe.
times?
Yeah, right?
When have you done
Because-
more?
Well, he does Jersey. Sometimes he'll do it if he does a 15-night stand.
Of course he does.
I would guess
Jersey.
you would do 10 a year on the new tour. That's a big number.
If he does like the Jersey, like a 15-night stand.
Do you
I'll do that.
fantasize that he's going to be doing Dancing in the Dark and then put his hand down?
That'd be
Hey,
great.
baby! And you're standing there, and he grabs you by the hand, pulls you up on the stage, and you do the
Dude,
Bruce
that'd
dance?
be so great.
Yeah, if I lose 200 pounds, yeah, I
No,
can pop right
stop.
out.
No,
You think
Stop,
even
you'd
if
be
you lost
fine.
200
Bruce works out.
pounds?
You'd be
Bruce works
fine.
out. He
Yeah.
can pull you up on that stage.
He is strong.
He's been working on his biceps. See, that's a bicep joke. We had the tricep joke. Now we get the
That's
bicep
true.
joke.
We'll get all the
This is
muscle
motion,
groups in.
right,
So
right.
250 times. Have you ever heard him do Thunder Road? No, just missed it
does he?
every show.
Yeah.
Every show he missed it.
Have you heard every song that he's ever done?
No.
How could you not?
because he has rare songs.
What did you miss that you
Fever?
wanted to hear?
Did you ever see him do the Fever?
Yeah, once.
In
What,
Philly?
what didn't you hear?
Yeah, see it. He has to do it there.
He still hasn't heard Born to Run for some weird reason.
That's the oddest thing. He won't do it anymore.
What
It's
happened?
well, when he did the album shows, that's when I caught up to hear everything I wanted to hear, honestly.
There's no song that you want to hear that you haven't heard.
Trap? Do you hear him do Trap?
Twice.
Trap.
only.
Okay.
That was a B-side that
Yeah.
made it to
there's
rock
probably a
radio.
few-
Born in the USA? You hear that one?
I did.
Couple of times?
A few. There's some gems though you have to go to different places to hear it.
Gems.
What are some of the gems?
It's like good the covers or some other ones. You have to go to Philly, or if you want to hear Cadillac Ranch around Texas.
What an
area.
asshole. You got to go to other cities
You have to go
hear
to
this
Texas
shit?
to hear Cadillac Ranch.
Well, he did it in New Jersey because he did the albums.
He does
album
everything in
shows.
Jersey, I'm
I,
sure.
I like some of these bands coming out with that album shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Bruce started it.
Who started it?
Bruce did not
he?
start it.
He started the
Steely
album
Dan's
shows.
doing it.
I saw
Yeah.
Steely Dan do it.
You did. How
Yeah.
was it? Because
It's
I
fucking
walked,
phenomenal.
I walked by the Beacon Theater going, I think I want to see this
Yeah.
shit.
You wanted to see that?
Every
Yeah.
night was a different album, and I think
Yeah.
they had like I don't know, audience pick night or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, there was
Wow.
things that
it was
you could
pretty
pick, yeah.
creative, man. So now, if you're a Steely Dan fan, you're going to buy more than one ticket to the Beacon show.
I didn't think they fucking played live.
Oh,
No, they do again. They started again, yeah.
I forgot what albums they did. Asia, probably.
They did Asia. They did the fucking Royal Scam.
Right.
That was the night that I was there.
Wow.
And then I kept what I was doing that I felt like it was brilliant is like I would always yell out the next song. Like I was,
Like you knew.
Yeah, like
You
I know.
You're fucking. Was it?
Josie! Hey!
But I think then the encore they do some other shit from
Yeah.
other albums.
Yeah, they
so
do
it's
stuff.
perfect.
Yeah.
How was Earl involved with that?
Earl was locked the tickets in for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Earl
of
was the
course
one
he
who
did.
fucking made the call.
Earl Douglas still just such a presence with your show.
And he does, and he's still a presence in the city. Like
Amazing.
Earl will like, oh God, you should have been out last night. It was me, and like you'll just hear this phenomenal night.
Great night.
Yeah,
He's a fucking.
Who comes
amazing.
in but Leonard Cohen? And
I thought once he was done at NEW, that was the
No.
last we were going to hear from Earl Douglas, and he just like the cockroach, he just keeps going.
see, here's the thing: like outside of radio, that's great to walk into a bar or whatever with your really black friend.
Right.
Makes everyone look at you differently.
You
Yeah.
are the tolerant,
Right.
fucking forward-thinking guy.
Yeah. So like he got me into this Lou Reed photography thing, and like they were like, "Oh, let me open it up because you're here with this really black guy. There must be something happening with you,
You must
that
be
we
cool.
don't understand."
He's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
He's
you're
with a
very
black guy.
open.
You must be a hipster.
Obviously, yeah.
You're a hipster if you're hanging out
you
with this
speak
guy.
a lingo we don't understand you, and I'm just like, and you know, because like here's the weird thing: if you don't know Earl, he looks militant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, he looks
it's
badass.
like everything about him
Yep.
is in black, so you're like, this is like a fucking Malcolm X guy.
And you got to lean over to him and go, just don't talk.
Right, don't fucking
open your mouth to anybody.
well, he's always really shy
Yeah, that-
wherever
that
he
works.
goes for a long time. And then people go, I thought he was shy, and now he calls my house 40 times. And that's when you got to move on into the next party.
shit.
We got a break.
Did you ask if they would let you in that listening party?
Well, they grabbed every programmer,
Oh,
and I saw the
boy.
Bruce management, so I knew something was going on. So I stayed outside my office, and everybody was walking.
What is
Sad.
the problem that they just put a chair in there and go, Roland, just,
And, yeah,
come in,
programmer. check
check it out, but, we got some business we do have to take care of here. It's not rocket science.
Well, they got a bunch of programmers who don't like Bruce. They're like, like it. I'm like, oh.
Who hates him?
Well, and I mean, they're just not fans because they
Right,
program
not like
all
you.
Octane
Why is
in
everything
there.
so complicated? Does it still drive you nuts you couldn't get that picture with Bruce? Because it drives me nuts still.
No, just my soul cries every night, but that's all.
He was that close. And,
That hurt.
And all they had to do was, just get online, make believe you're listening.
I can fucking
No
get
problem.
you in get your picture taken with a Bruce cutout. It's just, it'll
Nice.
look really like it. And then a Michael Jordan.
Like how Ronnie wears his badge on his shirt. Like
I'll
a
lose it if
fucking-
I just keep it like a fucking
nuclear power plant
Yeah,
worker.
like I don't know where it is. Where you keep it on your fucking waist there?
On the little.
Yeah. Where do you keep yours in the wallet?
I keep mine on my bag, and I got
that's smart.
a great flip move when I walk in for the turnstile. I just go like that. And it all
works every time.
And it's one swift move. I go like that, and then hand it off to Kenny.
Right.
Because I don't carry my own backpack upstairs. Kenny carries it.
Going
for
back
me.
to what you were saying, when we were growing up, this was all keys and lots of keys.
Yeah.
If you
I
were
like the
working
warden.
man.
Yeah.
If you were a working man, you had a lot
I
of
remember
keys.
my dad actually worked collecting the money from the vending machines, and he had that big keychain full of those round keys that the vending machines use, and just you'd hear him come home, clang, 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 and then Mom would stiffen up because she knew what beating was coming.
You ever borrow?
Fantastic.
You ever borrow one of those keys and see what it could open
Never.
up?
What are you kidding?
How did he
It would
know?
open up my fucking lip is what it would open up.
How did he know what went to what, though? How did he figure it out?
I don't know. He probably didn't. He
Because
probably
I have
just
two
fucking-
keys and can't get into the house.
Exactly.
What's going on?
I don't know how to. But then he got fired from that job because he was dipping into the quarters of the
Sure
candy
you
bars.
did.
Of course
He'd come
you
home.
did.
We didn't have dinner, but he'd come home with like Hershey bars and go, "Here you go." It was like fucking 48 hours. Here's your goddamn dinner, convict. Fucking Zagnut. This is great.
He was dipping into the quarters.
Oh yeah.
I've sold from every job I ever worked at. I don't know
Yeah.
why anybody wouldn't.
Who doesn't pilfer from the jobs you're at, especially when it's pilferable stuff? I told a story many times where I stole silver. I was working at Deutsche Relays. It was this place that made contacts for relays, and they were made out of silver and gold and whatnot. And they had these long fucking bars of silver in little tubes, and they kept them in a cage, but they kept the silver right near the edge of the cage. So I'd go with needle nose pliers, get in there and grab it, and silver's pretty soft, so I'd wrap them around my legs and my arms, and I'd walk out like a robot to my car and drive to this fucking jewelry store, and they would file it, test it, and give me some cash, and I'd go back. And
they knew
love
damn
it,
well
man.
what was
no
going on.
security cameras back then.
They knew.
They didn't know. Believe me, if they knew, they would have fucking prosecuted
No, the
to
jewelry-
the full
the
extent.
jewelry
of the law.
guys knew.
Oh, they didn't give a
They
shit.
don't
where it
care.
came from.
They don't care.
They
They
couldn't
don't
give a
care.
fuck.
They don't
They
care.
didn't give a shit.
Right.
Now, I worked at the Franklin Mint, and we were like things of gold, and we treated it like we were in prison. Like, we would be working in there, and you'd always be like, I think this wall gives out. Like, everybody, like even your boss would be like, you know what I was thinking? If we get enough of us, we get a truck driver involved.
Really?
Knock down one of these walls.
I just tap this a little.
Keeping a poster up of Raquel Welch.
Oh, wow. Very good. Bravo.
We're into the sewage line through here.
I think. Look, I got the blueprints to the place. It was written in 1926, but they haven't changed much.
You're like, where does this vent go, you think? And you stole the records, right? When you moved into radio?
Yeah, fuck.
Go to the
Records
local
were
record
easy.
guy?
We,
and he would ignore that it was stamped with the radio
or
station's
have the
logo?
little slice in it and
Yeah,
shit.
he's like,
But there would always be a guy that you could just sell it to, and then he'd take it to flea markets.
Yeah.
Like, give me whatever.
Yeah.
The flea market, another
Right.
thing that's just
Oh,
done.
we pilfered the fucking music office and got all
Yeah.
the fucking rare shit and
Yep.
brought it down.
Oh, the Springsteen.
the prizes that were supposed to be given out to listeners.
Oh, then when,
Fuck that.
Then when
That's why
box-
you get nothing good. We took all the good shit.
then when box sets came around, I
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
heaven,
Yeah.
man. You could get a nice chunk of change for
Did-
some box
Yeah.
sets.
Did you guys ever used to rig the
Prize closet.
but the contest and shit?
The
'Cause
contest?
We would always do the thing. And the trip to Ireland to see U2 goes to my Coke dealer. My Coke dealer picks it up. And like,
Wow,
and I
really?
still
Yeah.
owe him $2,000.
yeah.
You know what? I think I was always too scared to do that
No.
one.
That's a biggie.
That's a biggie.
Yeah.
Somebody taught me the angles right away. And I mean, like, I was in the business a week before we were in a fucking titty bar and we're making a deal from, dude, you can go see the fucking Who. I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
You can go see the Who in London.
Wow,
And
really?
I'm like, oh.
You got
all
me on
right.
that one. I never did that.
Wow.
Maybe
Yeah.
a dumb local
You
ticket
know,
here and there, but
the whole thing was you're pulling out the. You know, you always faked it so you get the right demo.
Right.
Why not even take it a little further?
Just take it a little further. Come on. You put your time in.
wow, really?
Yeah.
God bless you.
No fucking legitimate person ever won anything. If you heard somebody win something on our show, they were a fucking creep.
Everyone just looked the other
fantastic.
way. Well, they didn't check on.
They won't-
they
why
didn't
would
check
they
on the
think-
winners.
No.
Why
Right.
would they care?
All right,
Yeah.
they would just mail the fucking tickets
Yeah.
to Ireland to the guy. They didn't even. You didn't even have to come into the station.
No.
We should break.
All right.
We might do some new stuff like Newt Gingrich shit.
Oh, yeah, his big appearance in that debate last night.
And Obama singing
He was
Al
very
Green.
mad.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's great.
He was at
And
the
then-
Apollo.
And then the rape contest all coming up next.
Oh. Are you talking about our run around the
The park with Aaron.
Who knows?
That was a good one too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I really thought I could get that going.
You know,
Still can, dude.
fucking
Still
management.
can. Believe.
Man. Always against us, man.
And they sat us down. I'm like, no, the contest is called Run Around Park for Aaron.
Right, it's rape fee.
But we had a girl that was
Rap
willing
fee.
to do this. She was.
Yeah.
We were going to set her. I have to explain now.
Yeah.
Set her loose in Central Park. First listener to rip off like a touch football type flag off her body wins the contest.
Yeah, it wasn't like real rape. It
No,
was virtual
It
rape.
was Run Around Park for
Yeah.
Aaron.
Virtual rape.
They thought we were insane. I guess we are. Whatever.
whatever.
More with
Good old
Ron
days.
Bennington from the Ron and
Yes.
Fez Show. Stay there.
Sirius XM. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Oh, wait. Final countdown.
40 years ago.
Hold on, we didn't play the sweeper yet.
What?
All right, we'll play the sweeper.
Well, play the
Something's
song.
going-
What are you kidding?
Something's going on here, man.
And still it's them, child. With them, child.
Oh, what's something like that? Remember this? This rocked at some point. Trust me, it did. I swear it rocked.
Are we waiting for the hook, or should I hit
Yeah,
the
no,
sweeper?
we gotta hear the hook. Come on, because that's probably what this is about, right?
Who is this? Europe? Is it Europe? Is that what we're doing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So something's wrong with Europe.
Yeah.
Getting topical. With the Sex Man.
Good morning, sexy.
Good morning.
Are you enjoying Ronnie B today?
I'm loving it.
Oh, is that right?
Who is it?
Oh, you're loving it, huh? Well, why don't you go work for Ronnie B then?
Love to have you.
Damn.
Love to have you, bro. Make the trade right
What
now.
are we trading? We always traded over the years. You were on the shitty end of some of those
Oh,
trade
yeah, but
sticks.
it's always funny because then I could always blame.
Yes.
But I
You
wrote
blame
for
the
Earl
trade.
for years.
Yeah.
Boy, did Opie fuck me over with you, Earl.
There was probably a year
This is
there.
punked.
There was a year there I could look Ronnie in the eye.
Yeah.
Because I suggested Earl.
Traded Earl.
I thought Earl was ready for the big time.
Now he's
Nah.
into Hard Rock with Johnny, so it's
Yeah,
all...
he's good.
Yeah.
And he's,
He's
a
the head
photographer
of,
now,
I don't know, something.
No.
He's vibe manager.
He's going. I'm gonna learn the casino game.
so we got to figure out final
He's
countdown.
banging waitresses two at a time.
Hey, can't even get a drink.
We got to figure out final countdown.
Europe, right? Is it Europe?
Europe.
Why
So
is he playing
something's
final
wrong with
countdown?
Europe.
Something with the Euro, maybe.
Final countdown.
I'm going to go with Gary Carter, Mets legend.
Really?
He has weeks to live. They
Oh,
found more
his-
tumors.
What?
No.
No way.
No.
Yeah, he's done.
That's fucking terrible.
They're pretty much going to stop treatment. And
Do you
let him
think
be.
it was maybe some steroids? Do you think he was doing it?
I don't know.
I think he's
found
going
more
to beat
tumors.
it. I honestly believe he's going to beat it right now.
He's gonna be he's playing
He's gonna
again.
beat
He's
it.
gonna be playing again.
Final countdown for Gary Carter?
No.
Is that a
That's
good guess?
terrible.
No.
Fuck. Something with the space program?
No.
See, that's what I would have done.
Well, Buzz Aldrin is 82 today.
Is that it?
That could have been a final countdown.
Final
thing.
countdown. You know, he launched his space
You know,
thing.
that would be clever.
Yeah, that would be. That would be.
That would be
clever.
good.
You
That
know,
would have been clever.
Iraq,
Final countdown.
clever.
Buzz Aldrin's
Wikipedia,
birthday.
the word clever. Check it out.
And the Gary Carter thing was kind of clever.
Is
A
it
little
Down
morbid, but
syndrome?
clever.
Is it Down syndrome? Count Down syndrome?
Countdown syndrome. It could be something with the Special
Some-
Olympics.
No.
Is Sarah Palin's kid? Something's wrong with Trick? There's something going on? Oh, and I saw this in
could
the
be.
paper that West Memphis 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They killed those little kids.
I
They
heard. I
fucking
heard.
murdered them, yeah.
And they're out
And they
now.
raped them and they ate their
And they're
balls. Yes.
And they're out.
Because of the devil music of metal.
Yeah.
Metal devil music.
They were listening to like Ozzy
Is that
and
it? Is that
Metallica.
it? A-Rod?
What do you
That's
got?
not
Is
it.
that it? No.
Are we ready for the real answer?
Count.
Doesn't matter. It's going to be wrong anyway.
Well, no, we gave you two good
Come
ones.
on,
Gary
stop.
Carter's counting down the
Stop
days of
it.
his life, and you got
Don't be
Buzz
negative.
Aldrin with the final countdown,
Have
and he
some-
goes into space.
Have some faith in your work, Iraq. Come on.
What do you got?
Work.
Well, 70 years ago, the Nazis arrived at a final solution for exterminating the Jews of Europe.
7 years ago?
70 years.
Oh, I thought it was a little longer than that. 70 years ago, the final solution.
2005?
Yeah.
2005? they were
I remember
trying
that.
this
It was
shit?
Yeah.
terrible.
Wow.
The Nazis never forget 7 years ago.
Final countdown.
The final countdown.
When you had Buzz
Final,
Aldrin's
'cause
birthday.
of final. He had
Look,
final.
I'm going to give him a 1 for effort. Like you really tried there to make it different, to not just play the band and have it have something to do with the band.
Right.
Like you were using the music to do something completely different
A good example,
than the
Paul
music.
Stanley's 60 today, so he would have played,
He would have
something
played
from
some
Destroyer.
Kiss thing, and it would have been, Paul Stanley 60. And, you play Kiss, it's about Kiss. So you went completely off book here.
Final,
but
well,
a little offensive.
He went
a little
final.
offensive.
He went final solution, final countdown.
Final solution, final countdown. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, by the way. None sense.
Well, he's thinking, though.
It's dangerous when he
He's
thinks.
starting to think a little.
It's all
dangerous. Final. That's great.
How do you feel about that one, E-Rock?
Yeah, you're all full of shit.
Why didn't you play Suicide
Jesus.
Solution?
Wow, why are we full of shit?
No, he's angry.
Final countdown.
To what?
Jews being extinct.
Right, they're not
Oh, wow, they're not
Extinct like a
extinct.
fucking
What's
T-Rex.
wrong with you?
People.
Like the woolly mammoth.
I just talked to my lawyer yesterday.
That's crazy.
What's wrong with you?
They're not extinct. They're not a myth.
Right.
They exist. I swear.
But it's just weird how it works out. Final countdown, Buzz Aldrin's birthday.
Would have been great.
That would have been
the
great.
final
went,
countdown.
you know
still
what?
do it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I actually would have given him credit. Like, that's
I was
what
like,
we're looking
okay,
for.
final
That's
countdown.
it. Countdown.
He's all about the countdowns.
Right.
This Buzz Aldrin.
The guy lived for countdowns.
I didn't give a
Absolutely
shit when he
did.
was here. So now you're going to care about his birthday?
He punched people in the nose when they said he didn't land on the moon, so
We
he does
cared.
care.
He didn't. They shot that in the studio.
Was that all on
They
green
did.
screen?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you're a
shot
green
it.
screen
Damn
guy?
it.
I know it for a fact.
Knew it.
Ronnie's a green
Friend
screen
of mine,
guy.
seriously, a friend of mine's uncle worked in that.
I worked at
Fucking-
NASA at the time.
Oh,
I didn't know
everybody-
Ronnie was a green screen
Oh, yeah.
guy.
You ever
Yeah.
see?
All right.
You ever see Capricorn 1 with
Sure,
OJ? That's
sure.
exactly what it was. They didn't go to Mars.
No, they didn't go
And then they
anywhere.
killed OJ and the
They
guy
didn't go
from the
anywhere.
TD Waterhouse commercials.
No.
That was the guy, by the way.
And seriously, how did that other building fall? The whole thing is
You know
all-
what? The timing doesn't work
Yeah, it
because
doesn't
the
work.
floors can't fall. If gravity, if you, whatever. But that's exactly why you can't say it.
I don't want to say it because we're on the air, but shadow government. That's the only fucking thing
That's
I'm
all
saying
I'm
right
saying.
now. Shadow government.
Is this all on iBang?
Oh, the Interrobang. No, you were
But
telling
isn't
me.
it on, wait, the
It's,
iBang.
it's the iBang.
No,
you
I
could
do
go
the Twitter
to,
thing, so
you
it's
can go,
the iBang?
You can go through the iBang or you can
Okay.
go through the Interrobang.
Interrobang, yeah.
But there is some stuff that you guys need to see up there today because this is some young kids in Harlem who saw a UFO. Now, here's the thing. They videotaped it.
Oh.
And I want you to tell me what it is. This is up on the interrobang.com.
Do they have the footage of when they beat the guy up to take his camera?
You know what?
To videotape this? Because they had to.
But see, here's the thing. You didn't grow up in poverty. You don't know what these kids have been through.
You're right.
You know what I mean? They didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on them.
That's right.
Wow, that's fucking insightful.
Yeah, I just turned it around.
I hear
is
ya.
what I did.
Is this your site? It
Well,
came
you
out
know,
of nowhere.
the thing is, it's everybody's site.
It's
We're all in it together.
All right.
It's like Reddit. But the point is, now, what do you go over there for, Opie? Why are you at the Terabang?
Just when you guys tweet shit.
When you tweet shit, you like to go over and check it out.
I like their stories. I like the little
fun
stories, the videos, the pictures.
I think
yeah,
the easiest thing to do is follow the iBang on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then when you guys tweet a cool story, you click
just
the
click
link.
that
You
link.
just click it in.
And then
It's all
maybe
about
turn-
clicking links these days.
It
No one
is.
puts in an address in the
I didn't even know it was
address
called
bar
the
anymore.
Interbang.
You know what?
Interrobang.
Oh, Interrobang. See, I don't
No,
even know.
here's the thing with me. I won't even use Google. I still type it in the old way.
Do you type it
Yeah.
in? http://www. Remember when you used to have to give the address like
Right.
that? What's the web address there? http://www. Dot. Why? What?
Shouldn't be colon and the slash.
Slash the colon.
Colon.
Final countdown, the
Slash,
extermination
colon.
of.
Gotcha.
It's colon
Right.
//.
All right,
I
let's look
want
at
you
this
to
video.
see what
Yeah.
this is. It's
What?
up on the interrobang.com. And here's some kids in Harlem, actually not far from here, 113th Street.
Yeah.
And they see something in the sky.
We don't watch videos on this show, though, Ronnie, so we're going to make an exception today.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
All right, here we go.
What
What the fuck is that?
It's like NASA.
Oh, what is
that?
What is it, though, man?
At balloons with flares.
Why?
Swamp gas.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
It's ball
is
lightning.
That shit?
Ball lightning. Project Blue Book taught me that.
Nah, nigga, that shit ain't no fucking balloons. Nigga.
No, nigga, that shit ain't no balloons.
It's true.
This technical jargon's really got me mixed up. It sounds like I'm listening to Mission Control.
It looks like a few people in the projects have their lights on.
No.
What?
If you watch, this is like Attack of the Block shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fucking happening for real.
It's for reals, yo.
And they're in Harlem.
It's for reals.
All right, back up a little bit.
And you know, if this was the beginning of a movie, we would not be trusting these fucking kids.
No. This, by the way, though, is like Independence Day. Remember when it came over the city and finally burst out of the clouds and everyone, like the guys were playing basketball and they just ding, 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 ding.
Right.
And then looked up like, holy shit, that's what it is. Yo, Nig, this is fucking reals.
And
Why didn't this make the paper?
Is our Independence Day.
Our Independence Day. You got to throw a fart salute. That guy really saluted him.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I'm flying in.
Oh, yeah, I could fly an FA-18 because I've been crop dusting. Really?
All right, let's see this.
Not the most unrealistic thing in that movie.
Nigga, that shit ain't no fucking balloons, nigga. You bugging the fuck out.
You heard him say it here, people, on NBC Nightly News. No, nigger, that isn't balloons. Tom Brokaw here, live in Harlem. No, nigger, this isn't balloons.
I don't know what else it could be, though.
What is it?
I don't know.
It's the white man's magic, is what it is.
You're saying weather balloons. Why would you have a weather balloon over Harlem?
That's
lit
true.
up at night, and if you watch this thing, it moves like it's a metal from not this fucking dimension.
That's crazy,
Okay?
then. All right, let me see this. This is crazy. This shit is whack. Oh, well, of course the police are there.
It's like...
It changes shape in front of us.
It changes shape. It's shape-shifting.
Yo.
This is like if a Coke can fell out in front of them. They'd be stunned.
Are they looking at the stars?
What is that shit, man?
You can see that this is something that's flying over Harlem.
It ain't no balloons, nigga. I hear you.
You bugging the fuck out. There ain't no fucking balloons, man. That shit don't look like no fucking balloons, nigga.
He's right.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, we got a problem. Yo, nigga, we got some problem.
That's NASA. We have a problem.
Oh, yeah. Harlem, we got some problem, motherfuckers. I don't know. This fucking command module be whack. Something blowed up and shit, and there's all kinds of shit floating around. I best get that procedure. You best get that procedure up to me, nigga, because I don't know how I'm going to land this motherfucker.
That's not technical jargon.
The thing about it is that there's some otherworldly people right now who think, all right, we've got on Earth they wear a lot of gold chains. They really love rims. They will riot over sneakers.
And they got real short legs. So they wear their pants really close to their knees.
Instead of eating food, they smoke a rock.
They're so advanced that they don't have to eat nourishment.
But what is, you saw this with your own eyes.
That is fucked up.
I wish the camera was a little better, but...
Well, come on.
It's his phone.
Yeah,
It's all he can get.
Let's see the rest of this thing.
Teeth in Harlem. Right.
The website's going to get some hits today there, Ronnie. People are going to check this
East
shit.
side. Right.
East side.
Looking at some weird shit right now. I don't know what the fuck is that shit in the sky. Right.
Right.
No,
That
none
shit
of it
is
just kind of
crazy,
appeared
yo.
there.
Yeah.
Now, is that all one thing, do you think, or is it five
Or is
smaller
it five
things?
different
4,
things?
5 or 6 lights, right?
Did somebody put flares on fucking balloons?
But why
and
would
set them
they?
all up at once?
Seriously, why would they?
Yeah, prank. They want to prank the people in Harlem. They wanted this video. They wanted to hear, man, well, that ain't no balloon, nigga.
Sometimes I feel like you're with the government and you're just in the media.
I'm
and
trying to. I'm a gatekeeper.
You're closing us off.
I am.
Something fucking crazy is going down right now.
Happening over Harlem.
Let's see the rest of this. Almost done.
Yo, what the fuck is that,
He's still
Jay?
trying to figure it out.
He can't figure it out.
What the fuck? Yo, you saw how quick I took my phone out? What the fuck is that?
Wow, look, it just
though,
changed
man?
shape again.
Huh?
How can that?
It's got to be the white man.
Wow, it just changed again.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is right?
It's shape-shifting, moving.
That's crazy.
Well, why are they going to stop the video? Let's keep filming this thing. And that's it. Wouldn't you keep filming?
Yeah. I would. Yeah. How does it stop?
I hate when they stop.
Why
the
don't
video.
you keep just fucking?
You might have something there.
Recording that shit.
Right. Well, the Interbang has that today.
Interrobang.
Oh.
You're having a very difficult time with that name.
Well, how do you spell it?
You don't. You just go. Just go there.
Yeah. Like I said.
No, Sam, you're reading along. There's some theories. There's some NASA type theories.
What's up?
Because I worry.
What's up?
Yeah, it says, is this viral marketing for J.J. Abrams' Aliens versus Harlem? Looks excellent.
See, that's racism.
That's crazy racism. Yes.
It's J.J. Walker, not J.J. Abrams.
James. It's the UFOs, James.
We got someone that's going to blow up.
That's a seriously ridiculous fucking impression to do.
That's Florida.
That's but seriously, does anyone else do it?
James. No, that's all she said. A big fat neck. Love Florida.
We got someone that's going to blow up your spot on the line.
Oh,
Why?
shit.
What could it possibly be?
You want the real answer?
Yeah.
Oh no, is it?
By the way, go to the iBang on Twitter, and you'll find that video because everyone's on the Twitter. Allison, what do you got? What is this thing in Harlem?
Sorry to burst your bubbles, but they're just Chinese lanterns. It's the Chinese New Year on Monday.
Oh, that's crazy.
Why would Chinese people be from another fucking planet? Do you understand how crazy that is? I mean, if we go to another planet and there's Chinese people there, I'll fucking lose it.
Why are they just floating there, these lanterns?
No, it's one giant fucking ship.
That changes shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changing. I mean, lanterns don't
Mercury.
disappear and come back.
No.
And plus, the Chinese New Year is December 31st into January 1st.
Right.
Wait a minute, what does that mean?
Man.
I keep playing with my mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I shake my grits into like the fucking into like the Devil's Tower and shit. And by Devil's Tower, I mean a white man's tower.
All right, so that's racial. That's racial. That's a little racial.
Yeah. Up 3 quavers, up a minor fifth, motherfucker. Yeah, down an octave. Yeah, bitches. I'm gonna loop that shit and fucking rap to it.
Allison's gone. I want to know what they do. They float these things in the air.
Why would they? It's fucking. What is this? You're a rat?
I think we're.
Better not be the year of the monkey.
It's dragon.
It better not.
I think they went back to
What?
the-
I'm just saying it shouldn't be. No, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying here.
I think they went back to the dragon.
All right.
A lot of people writing rat on their checks, though.
Well, why?
All right.
seriously,
That's fucking good. I'm still writing Year of the Rat on my
you know,
checks.
I'm fucking. You're the dragon. Sorry.
But do they keep
That's
going
hack.
back to
Come
the
on,
same?
let's be honest. That's a hack joke.
Fucking funny.
Do they keep going back to the same fucking thing? They don't get like no animals.
I think it
There's
just
no, like,
rotates.
kangaroo.
I think they got
Something.
4 animals.
Yeah,
I
that's
know they
crazy.
do dragon a lot.
You're the iguana could
Iguana, I
fucking come
think,
up.
gets
Yeah.
in there. Mole.
Is there a mole?
Yeah, I
Is
think.
there a Year of the Mole?
No, I don't
Are
know.
you comfortable around Asian people, like when you're in Chinatown?
No, I don't.
No, it's like I'm on another planet.
I feel like
It's
I
very
feel like
strange.
that's the closest you get to aliens.
Asians?
Yeah, I really do. That and cats, for real.
No.
Cats make me feel like
What about a
I'm getting
Siamese
close
cat?
to
That's
aliens.
crazy alien, right?
Cats are fucked
Yeah.
up. No,
They
they're
are
from another
double,
world.
yeah.
An Asian, same thing.
No, what is it? You fear a cat a little bit. You feel like they're up to something.
They will rip your balls off.
Yeah.
They will. A dog is loyal as hell. The cats suck. They really do.
You don't think
you
a dog will fucking rip your throat out when you're
Nah,
fucking
man,
petting
they're
them?
loyal. They'll rip out everyone else's throat, but not the owners.
What about the ones that turn on the kids?
You can own a cat for 10 years and think you're getting somewhere with them, and you do one thing wrong, they're clawing your eyes out. They're fucked up. Cats are fucked up.
Directive from
You have
the
cats,
mothership.
Ronnie?
No.
Dogs?
No, I don't like animals. They don't take care of themselves. You know what I mean? They don't feed themselves.
Oh,
Look
geez,
at this.
I love this cat.
Where's its ears, dude?
It's so mad.
Tell me you're not looking at an alien right there. That's alien shit.
What is that so pissed off at?
What the fuck is that, man? What the fuck is that?
Why are people disliking the video?
Oh, no.
It's a great video. It's just that the cat's an asshole.
Well, who dislikes it?
Look, you look and see the dislikes.
How do you dislike an angry cat video? Oh, there's
Look.
another one. That thing's
Look.
pissed.
All right,
What's
pause
it
this.
saying?
Pause it.
Holy shit.
That's going after the owner. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They probably had this cat forever.
I feed you.
And they still haven't gotten anywhere with the damn thing.
If it wasn't for me, you die.
Right.
And the fucking thing is scratching at him.
Right. What could the owner have possibly done to the damn thing after all these years?
The other thing about a cat is there's no real texture to its shit. Unlike every other mammal. You know what I mean?
You know?
They never take a solid shit.
You really do point out those details that other people don't really see.
Well,
I
it's gotta
never
be
noticed
said.
that. You're right,
It's
though.
got to be said.
A
that-
dog shit?
Yeah.
It's fucking dog shit.
You don't
know
want to
it.
be in the same room as cat shit. Where
Yeah.
dog shit, you'll throw it at your friends.
Yes.
What were you getting at with the Asian thing? Because I think you might have been onto something.
Well, I don't, I'm just saying in terms of, like, you could go to Harlem, walk around, feel comfortable, talk to people.
Yes.
But when you're in
During the day,
Chinatown.
Maybe
yeah.
you.
All kidding aside, during the day, I would go up to Harlem, no problem.
You can't always cop during the day, but when you go to Chinatown, you never completely feel like you fit in.
You don't feel welcome. It's a weird thing.
A whole different culture that we don't quite
They
understand.
don't seem to smile a lot. They don't.
I was talking
seem
about
to-
Asians last night after Red Eye. There's like they don't. You'll never see an Asian guy that's like, "Hey everyone, how you doing?"
Right.
It's like this
That's
this
good.
mechanized kind of just right on a track. They're
Right.
just going. There's a purpose.
Right.
It's like the ants dismantling a cricket and bringing them back into the hole.
Right.
That's pretty much what you get.
And I try. I go to the restaurants in my neighborhood, and these people look at me like
Yeah.
it's the Patrice bit, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
it's true. You go into these restaurants, and it's like, hello, I've been here a million fucking times. How about we say hi to each other at this point?
Well, you know,
But any other restaurant,
Yeah.
you're going in there, you're spending your money. They're like, hey, good to see you again.
Yeah.
You want your table that I know you like, and they look. The Asian restaurants, they stare at you like, who are you?
Yeah.
I went into a Vietnamese
Love
restaurant
Vietnamese food.
with
With a knife in your mouth and
no.
a gun in your hand.
That was
tunnel
years
rat.
ago.
Oh,
that was
shit.
years ago.
Sorry,
And
man.
with the gun like this.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fucking
With the
big-
flashlight.
Yeah.
Thai restaurants and Vietnamese restaurants, not as bad.
Well, here's the thing.
Is what I would say.
The Vietnamese restaurant had 2 different menus. And I didn't know it till I was
shit.
with this Vietnamese girl who told me that
North
it's
and
the
South?
us menu and the them menu.
Yeah.
So I come in, I'm like, why is this so cheap? Well, because I'm speaking Vietnamese. I'm like, how do you fucking get away with that? How could, you know what I mean? No one else. Could you imagine if you had a white menu and a black menu? Like, that'll be $45 for that.
Paradise.
Yeah.
You walk around Chinatown?
Sorry.
Told this story many times, but
Tolerance.
there's restaurants down in Chinatown. I learned this after the fact that are for the tourists like us dummies walking
Right.
around like idiots, and then there's restaurants for just the locals. And if you walk into one of these restaurants for just the locals, they will not serve you properly. They'll make you wait. It happened to us.
I always feel like I'm in
For
a video
hours.
game when I'm in Chinatown. It's like the neon lights and Chinese people.
Right.
It's like a first-person
They
shooter.
can't tell you not to come in, but if you do happen to end up in one of these places, the service will be so bad that you will now say to yourself, "Oh, I'm never going
Not
back
coming
to that
back.
place."
Right.
But they don't want you.
Triads.
Triads.
The
certainly.
triads from Grand
Always,
Theft Auto.
always hard to kill in GTA.
Oh, man.
what a
were
pain
they
in the
bitch.
ass.
In the trucks?
Fuck yeah.
It's like I can't outrun a fucking box truck in a Ferrari.
What a pain in the ass those guys were.
Fucking rock star.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk about Newt Gingrich.
Oh, right. The big debate last night for the South Carolina primary.
I love Newt Gingrich. I just don't want him to be my president.
Why? Why? What
Who
would be
else do you
so
want?
bad?
I don't want any of them.
It is bad out there.
I don't
isn't
want
it?
any of them.
Yeah.
Across the board. I'm
It
not
is
doing.
bad. Oh, that's great.
I don't-
That's good right there. Yeah. Yeah.
I love Newt's attitude, though.
But the thing is, even the Republicans are saying that Newt, they're calling him like Obama too.
Yeah.
They're saying is the same thing. The Republicans don't even like Mitt Romney. They don't
No.
like anyone. The Democrats don't like Obama. What the fuck happened to this country?
No one likes anyone.
No
I
one
don't
feels
know.
like they've won.
No one will feel like they won. Even
No.
after the election, they'll feel like, huh. Like, I'm in the position where I just have to vote for anyone but Obama. Like, that's how I feel.
Actually-
because I feel Obama has a personal vendetta against me and my money. He wants to tax me even more. I watch MSNBC. I see what those guys say. You're not paying your fair share of taxes. You know, and they's the one be eating the pie.
Right.
You know, and,
Did they say that on him?
You haven't seen the
Reverend Al
commercial?
The GOP, the ones be eat the pie.
You know what? I'm gonna change my thought here.
Yeah?
I want Newt Gingrich as the president.
I would love him
because
as
he would make
president.
it so much fun.
That would be fun.
He would make it so much
That'd be
fun.
Yeah. So is that an official endorsement?
Yes, he would be bitch slapping everyone.
Now, did you
That
feel
does
for
him wrong.
Newt, though, that his ex came out and started to tell he made me go down on another chick? You know? That could fucking happen to anybody.
Oh, yeah.
We know.
Oh, believe
Some of the shit he would do was just sick.
Look, my shit was in the Daily News and the
Right.
Post when I had to get up on a stand and talk about how I fucking I shared my marital bed
Right.
with
Why-
another woman.
But that's
Why
what
did they
Newt
have to-
wanted.
Why did we go
It was
Old
great.
Testament?
I know. What the fuck? He shared his marital bed.
But that's what Newt
That
wanted.
heathen.
Yeah, the ex comes out and says Newt wanted an open marriage.
I love how everybody when Newt like lambasted.
Well, we're gonna play that
we'll
clip.
play
We have
that.
to.
But the applause that were coming from the conservative right, Christian right, like Christians for adultery.
Yeah, it was really
Christians
weird.
for adultery.
But it's about time someone fucking bitch slaps.
I loved it.
These guys.
And
John
right
King
off the
looked
bat.
like a dummy in a hot tub. there, Sam.
Romney has got to be thinking, how is this working against me? This
Yeah.
was supposed to be the knockout punch.
This was the one, and he's making it work for
It's
him.
been a setup for Romney since the beginning.
Yeah.
That to some reason, I know I'm being a little paranoid, but they wanted to leave him as second to fucking tear down one guy after another.
Right.
And the Mormon runs through, and then they got something on him later.
Later
you know what
on,
I mean?
right.
Yeah, later on, his fucking thing will come down. So this was supposed to be the knockout punch for Newt. That, you know, particularly because of the party that he's in. Like everyone's like, Clinton did it, but Clinton's a Democrat.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
A lot
So
different. It's
Yeah,
not that
Republicans don't
moral.
do this
They
type
have
of
a
shit.
moral. Like he was preaching morality
Right.
and family values and all that happy horse shit. And at the same time, he's apparently
Right.
trying to get some other chick in bed with him.
Every fucking news station has John King looking like a bitch.
A biatch.
You want to play the clip?
Yeah, let's hear this.
I fucking loved that Newt did this. Love
right
it.
off the bat too. First thing out of the gate at the debate.
John King couldn't wait.
Yeah, everything else was nothing.
Couldn't
This
wait.
is the only clip they're playing today.
The debate started, and John King started with this.
Your wife.
Everyone has heard this by now, I'm sure.
As you know, your ex-wife gave an interview to ABC News and another interview with the Washington Post, and this story has now gone viral on the internet. In it, she says that you came to her in 1999 at a time when you were having an affair. She says you asked her, sir, to enter.
By the way, for anyone else, you're sitting there going, humana, how, and Newt handled this perfectly.
Well, he
You
he
know
knew
what I
it was
mean?
coming, but the thing is, you know, from radio, you don't open with your fucking big thing.
Right.
You make it fucking hang there for a
Right.
while.
Right.
This guy came in and couldn't wait to throw it out there. It was stupid.
Right.
She says you asked her, sir, to enter into an open marriage. Would you like to take some time to respond to that?
No, but I will. I think the destructive, vicious, negative nature of much of the news media makes it harder to govern this country, harder to attract decent people to run for public office, and I am appalled that you would begin a presidential debate on a topic like that.
Appalled. Yeah! Yankees! Yankees! Oh, I thought it was a ball game. It's a debate.
Is that all you want to say, sir?
Putin and Holleran.
Please.
Every person in here knows personal pain. Every person in here has had someone close to them.
You know that is directly gone. You've all tried to fuck two women.
Right.
You've all done it. Everyone in here has known, personal pain. And by
Right.
that I mean one fucking, one on your face. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Fucking handled it perfectly.
Oh,
I don't think there's a lot of guys that can handle
the
this.
The second he heard that, he was probably going, I can't believe he's doing it the first question. This is perfect. Like he knew that was coming up, and he knew he was going to say this.
Right.
Someone close to them go through painful things.
Painful.
To take an ex-wife and make it 2 days before the primary, a significant question in a presidential campaign, is as close to despicable as anything I can imagine.
You make me sick. Get off the stand.
I want to talk about diffusing something.
You're this.
Holy fuck.
That's going to be, I mean, he definitely did it up front, but they're going to still come back because there's going to be more details. And for us, it doesn't matter. There are women out there who go to church who he's fucked with. There's no way you can get around it.
Yeah.
And also, they're going to say, by the way, when he did this, he was going after Clinton for licking a fat girl's asshole or whatever he was doing, fucking her with a cigar.
Yeah, the timing was bad. He's going after Clinton as he's pretty much doing the same thing.
I was trying to make the argument last night, and it wasn't coming off very well, but that you don't have to be this moral fucking saint in order to preach morality. Like, it sounds hypocritical. But it's almost my father saying, you know, do as I say, not as I do, kind of a thing. It helps, but you could know what's right and still not do it.
You sound exactly like you were raised Catholic.
Yes.
Because
Yes, I was.
Because they would lay the rules on us, and they were getting blowjobs, and they were doing stuff. So we were like, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Whatever.
But the fact is, that is a way of keeping stupid people down. It's what they've done forever.
Yeah.
Because when you are in a leadership place, you feel fucking superior to the people that you're leading.
So you could do what you want, but you know better. It's like a marriage counselor that's never been married. Right. That to me seems very odd. But they'll know everything, but they've never been married, so you don't have the experience. How the fuck can you?
When we went through baby classes, there was a lady up there that fucking never had kids.
What was that, a college?
And she's telling us how it's going to, and she's telling us how we're going to handle this shit.
Yeah.
Like, and all she had was a dog. And actually told everyone in the room, I don't even know why you'd want to be a parent.
See?
And she was the one teaching you how to bring a newborn
She
home
would
and,
want to be
and
eating
take
the
care
pot.
of it.
Right. See, it
But it's
doesn't
the
make
same
sense.
shit you're saying.
Right. And just because Newt was like, you know, preaching family values and saying Clinton shouldn't be doing what he's doing, yeah, you know.
Right.
Maybe he was, you know, thought he was right, and other people thought he's right, and said, yeah, Clinton shouldn't be doing that. But it's like, yeah, I'm doing this.
But the same people that went after, the same people that backed down on Clinton are going to back out on this guy. And it ain't us, and it isn't most. I don't think we've even met the kind of people that this matters to, but they vote too.
Oh, yeah.
That's the fucked up thing about it.
But do you think a president?
It's gonna hurt Newt.
Do you think a president needs to be this moral fucking
of course not.
wonder?
Who gives a fuck?
That,
I don't give a fuck what he does.
No, of course not. But that's why I like Ron Paul, who said none of this shit fucking matters. Just fucking take care of the stuff we need to. If you get behind Ron Paul, he's getting rid of the military, he's getting rid of the cops, there won't be any bridges. It's going to be the best. Seriously, it's going to be the best fucking Fight Club thing at the end.
It'll be exciting as all hell.
I really want Ron Paul at the end of it, and I hope that he goes with third party, because I want to vote third party. I don't want to vote for anyone I've ever seen. I would actually just someone I never saw. If they just came in a couple days before, would be fucking great.
Yeah.
You don't
I like the whole Ron Paul, no government.
Nothing.
I want to be elected so you don't have to do anything I say, and I'm powerless.
If I'm elected, you will be warring over gasoline within 6 months.
Like the Road Warrior.
Right. There'll be gangs of gasoline. People.
3 days ago, I saw a rig that'll hold that tanker. That's what I want.
Go back to 12 Monkeys. We talked about 12 Monkeys earlier.
That's what I want. I love fucking anarchy. It'd be great.
That's a world with Ron Paul as president.
So, by the way, so far I've brought up 14 fucking movies, and I try to throw it out there, and Ant has fucking nailed an impression and a line from every one of them.
I've wasted youth in front of television. It's horrid.
Newt,
we got more?
Yeah, Newt continued.
As you noted, Mr. Speaker, this story did not come from our network. As you also know, it is the subject of conversation on the campaign. I get your point. I take your point.
Here we go.
John, it was repeated by your network. You chose to start the debate with it. Don't try to blame somebody else. You and your staff chose to start this debate.
There's rabble in the audience.
Yeah.
There's rabble.
Now, let me be quite clear. The story is false. Every personal friend I have who knew us in that period says the story was false. We offered several of them to ABC to prove it was false. They weren't interested because they would like to attack any Republican. They're attacking the governor. They're attacking me. I'm sure they'll presently get around to Senator Santorum and Congressman Paul. I am tired of the elite media protecting Barack Obama by attacking Republicans.
Yeah, motherfuckers! Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Newt.
Take that, John King.
That's my man right there, Newt Gingrich.
So you honestly think he can beat Romney, though? Do you think there's?
Yeah, I think he can with stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is
Because he's at the. If he doesn't win in 2 days,
Yeah.
it's over.
It's over.
Right.
2
It's
days.
over.
He needs this.
And it's not depend. This is what kills me. So you won't even get a vote.
I don't
here
even
in
get
New
a
York.
chance to say.
It'll be you're depending on some people in South
Carolina
to make a move.
And like
Isn't that
30
fucked up?
people.
That's fucked up.
I mean, you never got your chance at Perry. You never
Nah.
got your chance
Right.
at fucking Bachman.
Nope.
So you're waiting. It's a crazy
For
system.
some other fucking
Yeah.
peoples with
Yeah.
other
That
ideas
you've
and
never
ideals
met.
and
You don't, know,
everything.
you don't even know
Yeah.
what they're about.
And not even a lot of them.
You've been to South Carolina to get
Yeah.
gas on the way to Florida, but you don't know much. You know, you're like, south of the border, how far is that place?
Great,
Let's pull
man.
in there. There's a lot of funny signs.
By
but,
fireworks.
But you are now depending on these people
God damn,
Yeah.
is
and
that a great
hoping
point?
that they keep your candidate alive
Yeah, right.
long enough for you to get him.
That makes no fucking
So
sense.
you have a shot at it.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, the system is.
I don't
just-
like
It is
it.
crazy
It's
that
rigged.
you don't get the chance to fucking matter. That
Yeah.
Iowa matters. New
did
fucking
that
Hampshire
happen?
matters.
Iowa, New Hampshire, and
that
then by South
happen?
Carolina, it's done.
Yeah.
Usually, right? They move on
Yeah.
to Florida next, I think.
Florida, and then we're going to take Minnesota.
It's Super Tuesday falls in there somewhere.
The
I
whole
don't
thing,
know.
The whole thing's a joke.
It
It's
is very
unbelievable.
fucking difficult to get behind. The system feels more and more broken every election.
Yeah, every 4 years, it's more busted.
Wow.
And with Ron Paul, we get rid of the bridges. We get rid of the we get rid of the water
Military.
supply.
Won't it
You
be
know what
fun
I mean?
driving over the Tappan Zee, not knowing when it's just going to fall down
Right.
because no maintenance has happened,
This
no
is-
tolls, no nothing.
Fucking gangs from the Warriors are fucking hanging out and swinging bats around.
Swinging mace and fucking shooting you with flaming arrows.
Ronnie's going to have
It's
to deal
great.
with the Ron Paul guys now today. I feel,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
I'm
bad for
a
you, sir.
big fan. I'm a big fan. I would give Ron Paul. I really want him to go third party. I'm not going to vote Democrat. I'm not going to vote Republican. I'm done with everybody now.
Ron's going third party.
Just walk away. Leave the fuel. Just walk away.
I would love that. A warlord.
That's why
fucking
Ron Paul's.
humongous.
That's why he's still in there. He's just going to switch over to the third party thing. soon.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't
getting
know.
his TV time.
Like
He's
it.
had chances and he hasn't done it yet.
He's waiting for this whole thing to finally end.
But if Newt pulls this off in 2 days, no one is going to be more shocked than Romney
Yeah.
because he thought
He's the
this
guy.
was the knockout punch. But, you know, the fact is, just think to yourself, no matter who you are, at what age did you become unelectable? Because I know for a fact 14, for me, I'd done all this
Done.
shit that you
Done.
could not become president for. I'd already
Right.
done it.
And again, I was talking about that last night. You can't have groomed yourself since you pretty much have to not have done anything bad from 12. Let's
Right.
say they'll give you your childhood, you know,
Unless
you
you
fucking
killed a
broke
kid.
something. Yeah, unless you killed, you're one of those like, well, he was 8 and he raped and killed somebody. Maybe not. But like from 12 on, you have to know, well, I want to be president, so I got to be a good boy.
Gotta stay
You're
clean.
going to fuck up. And why does that make you a guy that shouldn't be president? You probably know economics. You might be able to be the best guy to go overseas and talk with these crazy leaders. And you can't because at 20 you fucking took a chick for an abortion.
And
hey, we'll take her to the abortion. I'll get you one of them abortions. My brother got one.
And the people that are outraged have way bigger fuck ups.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
more outrage you have, you probably have more fuck ups in your life.
Right.
And bigger ones.
Now, just think, is there a company that maybe you invested in, and if you found out the CEO had a fucking affair, you would pull your money out?
Of
You
course
pull your
you would.
investments
Oh, yeah.
out.
No matter how much money I was making
No.
off of the company.
No, I got to pull out.
I got to get it as a moral obligation.
Yeah, it's not right.
Time
It's
to
not
blow off
right what he's
Apple,
done.
right?
Right.
We got to pull our
Yeah.
money back from Apple.
Because by the way, Newt did this, whether you like him or hate him. He did fucking tell his chick, here's the way it's going to be.
Right,
He did not
yes.
sneak around like a lot of fucking people. He's going to like, I got some great news for you.
Yeah.
Not going to have to blow me all the time. There's a lot of
right.
other shit going on. It's
I know
going to
you're-
be great.
I know
for
you're really not
everybody.
into it.
Don't you
so-
want a guy that can negotiate like
Right.
that? Just take a problem, discuss it, talk it out.
Because there's a lot of guys that won't be up front.
Right.
You know, and he definitely didn't try to,
Sneak
make
around.
a fool out of her or whatever. I let her hear it somewhere.
It's exactly
he
what
gave
I
her
did.
the fucking good news up front.
That's what I did with the ex-wife. I got an ultimatum from her.
Yeah.
She gave me an ultimatum. She said it's either me or her. And I gave her an answer. Get the fuck out of my house. It was brilliant. See, I was being honest.
You were.
So I'm a good man.
And yet, unelectable. You are unelectable.
Totally unelectable because of that very thing. Wanting to fuck a different woman while I was married makes me a bad guy?
So I'm the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy.
I don't get it.
Now, do you think that this will spin thing? Maybe this could finally be the thing where America grows up and
realizes that everyone isn't fucking holier than thou.
Yeah, except for the thing is, we still pay attention to who Johnny Depp is with, and who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Don't you expect adults to fuck, particularly when their fucking things are going good and they're meeting a lot of fucking people?
America loves to think no one fucks. Unless you're married and for the purpose of having children, procreation. People fuck because it feels great.
I think the applause you heard last night, it goes to Ronnie's point. Maybe it's about time.
That was people that like to fuck?
Yeah.
They're like, fucking!
It might be
fucking other women!
But
woo!
You were surprised by that reaction, right?
I was.
I think a lot of people were. So maybe that's enough already with this horse shit.
But see, the thing is, that might have just been a we hate CNN Republican thing.
That is
you know
true.
What I mean?
The Obama thing did get the big, hey, you guys don't come down on Obama. Ooh-ah! They went bullshit on that one.
Well, I'll tell you this. I guarantee you that fucking Obama ain't fucking outside of marriage because he's scared shitless.
Oh, man.
Of that
Michelle?
woman. She fucking runs him down in public. Runs him down in public. She'll be like, well, his feet stink. And everybody laughs. I'm like, this fucking guy's the president.
And he's like, sometimes I forget to bathe, and, well, it does stink.
He'll go along with everything she says.
Oh, dear. You see where they gave him the baseball bat the other day?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'll hold on to this because I don't want my wife getting it. And then she came over and took it from him.
And goes, give me that.
Give me that. And he's like, oh, well, she has the bat. And, well, she's the one that wears the strap on and the pants on the family.
Speaking of Obama, he's terrific at singing Al Green.
Oh, did he do that?
Oh,
yeah.
This is terrific. At a fundraiser in Apollo.
You're an Al Green fan, right?
I love Al Green.
Yeah,
love Al Green. Love the Reverend.
I used to have to come on after Al Green.
Yeah?
In Geneva, New York. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, there was a gospel show right before my little radio show.
Was it just from his church thing, or?
No, I mean, it was a gospel show, so you heard a lot of Al Green. I couldn't name a second artist in the gospel music genre.
There's a church, I don't know whether it's still going on, that you go to in Memphis that Al Green is there.
He's the guy.
And you go and you sit in the balcony. You can't sit with the regular people, but you watch Al Green. But he'll never do any of the songs you want to hear. He's like, I hope he does Let's Stay Together.
No.
The Baptists, they know how to fucking pray, man.
Right.
I've been in a couple of those churches over the years. And
Just looks very hot. It's very hot and sweaty in there.
But, man, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a touch of the vapors.
There's no air-conditioned churches.
No.
Down
What the
south,
fuck?
you have a building. You're raising money. The second after you get a roof, get an AC.
Yeah, let's start with the AC.
Pump some fucking air in there.
Get that before you get a bus or whatever these other things are. You think
Who doesn't like a gospel brunch?
Oh, you're just sweating your balls off.
Here's Obama.
And then to know that Reverend Al Green was here. So in love with you.
That's Obama?
Wow.
He nailed it.
Man. Oh, here comes the Sandman to pull him off. Jesus Christ. Give the guy a chance.
Those guys didn't think I would do it.
That's it, though. Come on.
I told you I was going to do it.
That's all he gave us?
Why does he sound blacker?
Because he's with black people.
Did not come out.
He just did the Sandman.
Yeah,
did he? He did the Sandman line.
Shit. Did he rub the stump when he
was
came
it
out?
at the Apollo?
It wasn't the Apollo.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, damn. He got a bigger ovation than an Asian guy that raps. Because they go over great at the Apollo. They're like, wow, oh, shit. Oh, the Asian guy rapping. It's great. They love him.
So Al Green was sitting there when he did the Al Green impression? That was...
What?
He wasn't next to him, but he was on the bill.
He was there.
Yeah.
Like it was like an
Did
evening.
they show Al Green, and was he like, oh, shit?
No.
Obama hit that one note.
We've got Sly Stone here. Boom, shagga-lagga-lagga, boom, shagga-lagga.
Yeah.
Obama ate like fucking 600 yards from my house last night. He was
What?
up. Yeah,
He was in town, yeah.
he was on the east side. I ate at Daniel, and I trying to get through my neighborhood where it's just loaded up with cops.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was any of the stores around. There were cops in the stores.
Amazing.
Watching people in case they acted like they were going to the store and then tried to dive out the back window.
Isn't that fucked up? Like, what happened to the good old days?
Wow.
Where a president could just, yes, I'm taking the train out, and he's on back of the train just meeting the people.
I think 1963 took care of that, Ed.
Did it? Yeah. Was that what it was?
Before that?
Yeah, maybe.
He was killed by a shadow government.
Yeah, everyone knows that. Come on. Lee Harvey who? Stop it.
We got to take a break because our guests are arriving.
Oh, we got Mick Foley.
Mick Foley's next.
He's coming in. Is he going to be Mankind or Dude Love when he comes in?
I told him for Ron, it had to be Dude Love.
Dude Love.
Because I'm a big fan of Dude Love.
Dude Love. Nothing beat the Dude Love intro, where he was dancing around in the tie-dye shirt with a bad green screen behind him.
What was the song that he danced to, though, Sam?
Well, it was his own, but it was like a Bee Gees ripoff, but he was dressed as a hippie.
It was a disco song, yet he was supposed to be a Dude Love hippie, but I didn't get This is fantastic. How does this... Why is it disco? Dude Love, bitches. They just picked a background and went with it and green screened him.
It's old school production.
He's doing like a mime thing. Why is that supposed to be Dude Love with that music?
It doesn't make sense.
And then he's just doing a thumbs up and doing the Charleston.
But it works.
In front of a cactus.
Because he's dressed like he's going to Woodstock, but it's disco music.
Is it supposed to be like an
I don't
acid
get
trip?
it.
Is the background supposed to be an acid trip?
We'll ask him.
That makes sense. Wait, he's here. We might as
We'll
well
ask him. Mick Foley's
He's gonna be
next.
like, I don't know.
We really got to go to break because then Mark Cuban is standing by as well, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks.
He's got a couple of bucks, that guy.
Oh, man, we should ask him for some money today, man.
He probably could buy you a TV.
I owe Mick Foley money.
You do?
Oh, shit.
He's been tweeting me about it, too.
Well, now
you have
the
it today?
shit's going to hit the fan.
$520.
You got you got it today?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it's going to break your
That
heart.
is a lot of
Well, you know,
fucking
that's a lot
money.
of money for Sam.
You know
That's
what?
I tipped the
Give me the
deal of that the other day.
Give me the fucking money.
give it to you.
Look, if you fucking want it, you know what? Give me $300. I'll take care of the whole fucking thing right now.
You're going to buy his
Give me
debt?
fucking $300.
Yeah, Ronnie will figure
Don't
this
even
out.
ask me what fucking happened.
That means you keep 220. That means you keep 220.
It's a good deal.
Ronnie gets 100.
Don't even fucking ask a word.
All right. All right, Mick Foley next. Stay there.
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah, Dude Love. Dude Love.
Getting topical.
This, of course, Dude Love. I can't get enough of this video. Mick Foley in studio.
Yep.
I'm fascinated by the Dude Love. This is from 98, 1998.
Yeah.
It's your intro video that you used to come out to when you were Dude Love.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't understand it. I'm fascinated by it, and I have no understanding.
Well, let's start with this. Here's the problem. You look like you're going to go to Woodstock or a Grateful Dead show. But you got disco music.
Disco music.
They don't match.
And the background has nothing to do with anything.
I think you're overthinking this.
Yeah.
I think you are overthinking.
Yeah,
but this was huge. But it was
part of a big
huge.
program, sir.
Yeah, it wasn't like a.
This wasn't like,
this isn't a podcast opening.
This wasn't cable access.
If you
This
go
was
back-
WWF.
If you go back into the archives and you look at "Have a Nice Day," which you have, right? I know.
Of
Opie
course.
has,
I read it.
I ask myself those same questions.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were just along for the ride. Yep. Okay. I'll get in front of a green screen and Dude Love it around out and then.
Well, I don't know if you remember back to when. Sam, you have to remember when
Sam,
Dude Love interviewed Mankind, who introduced Cactus Jack.
Wow.
In order to do
That's
that, we had to
crazy.
spend 12 hours against the green screen. You know what I mean?
12 hours.
And it was
How long was
pretty
the
good.
intro?
It's Mick Foley and Mick Foley and Mick Foley.
The dude was supposed to wrestle Triple H in Madison Square Garden in a Falls Count Anywhere match, but he admitted, he was the one guy who admitted to being like cowardly. He's like, "Oh, Daddy, Falls Count Anywhere isn't exactly my bag. A cat whose bag it indeed is. He's my man. He's my main man. You might even say he's a kind man." brought out Mankind. And then, to this day, I'm like, wow, did we really spend 3 hours getting the high five?
Right. You had to get it perfect.
Oh, you're too slow. And it was after 12 hours of doing the green screen, they were like, hey, do you want to do something for the video? And at that time, I was so tired. I had to get over to the studio about 4 o'clock. They just started picking stuff out of the studio and said, hey, let's do this. So when I'm flying against the background, I have that black hat with the big bandana. The black hat was actually an Undertaker prop. So I had to put the bandana around it to put my big stamp on it. And I just thought, let me just do as many stupid things as I can think of. And if I can, I just have always felt like if I can entertain myself,
right,
there will be a small percentage of people who will be
that
entertained
will
as
actually
well.
also be entertained.
Well, let's watch it.
Oh yeah,
it's
we
on
got
YouTube.
it queued up. This is good stuff here.
Frightening is China.
Yeah, China's in there before any kind of cosmetic surgery.
Before they try to make her sort of look like a girl.
Pre-porn. Pre-porn China.
Pre-porn China.
Pre-porn.
Yeah, pre-porn.
With the big jaw that they had to fix.
I always thought she was like maybe Sergeant Slaughter's daughter. With that, like,
Slaughter
she had
daughter.
the same Slaughter daughter.
Yeah.
She had the same. She had the same jaw.
You know what? Big jaw or not big jaw, porn or no porn, she's still a really cool chick.
Oh, we're not bashing her. I love that
she went through a
giant
tough time,
fucking
but
clit.
The clip was a little too big there, McFarlane.
I
Jim
wrestled
Norton
her
liked
one
it, but-
time.
You did?
I did wrestle her one time.
Yeah. You grabbed the clit?
Oh no.
No, but it was oddly erotic.
No.
I don't doubt it.
Come on.
You got your hands on her. You
Her skin was really smooth. Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah.
It's called a girl. That's how girls
You
are.
must
They're
like
smooth.
trannies. You like trannies, huh?
No.
Never had experience.
Let's
There was a rumor rumbling around
Hmm.
about a tranny going around having her way with the guys in WCW.
Wow.
There did seem to be a somewhat a voice several octaves below.
That rumor didn't come out from the Warrior, did it? He's loves.
Warrior
Oh boy, does that guy love rumors?
Hulk Hogan, your wife, and every member of the WWE.
Boy, that guy really went bullshit, huh?
Yeah, I when people ask me, have you seen that? Like, as soon as I see somebody going into business for himself, I tune out.
Really?
Yeah, I only want the real stuff, like the stuff you hear.
Yes,
in the
exactly.
studio.
Thank you.
This is legit.
Let's play this video.
Yeah,
Do
right.
Love
Good.
interviews Mankind
Remember,
and
what
Cactus
you see
Jack.
is about 2-3 minutes on screen, 12 hours.
12
Make
hours.
this bad boy, yeah.
That's 3 radio shows. That's crazy.
Let's give it a shot.
For Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds.
Yeah.
Dude Love.
Keep in mind, they had no idea how the appearance of Cactus Jack would actually go over in front of a crowd. Vince McMahon had serious doubts. Here he is.
Oh, have mercy, Hunter, and especially your finer China. I know what you must be thinking. Dude, what are you doing back here when you should be out there kicking some heavy-duty booty all over the garden? Well, Hunter, my man, I believe it's time.
Hunter's got his
We
game
had
face
a little
on.
rap. Ho-ho. Because you see, falls count anywhere. Well, that's not exactly my bag, baby. The pinfalls in the hot dog stand, the pinfalls in the street, the chairs, the tables. It's not exactly a love thing. But I know somebody, Daddy, who's bagging indeed is. He's my man. He's my main man. You might even say, well, Daddy, he's a kind man.
Oh!
A kooky type of cat. Let's bring him out right now. Oh, Mankind, my main
What?
man. Up high, big man. Down.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Now listen to this line. Dude.
Mankind, good to have you at the Love Shack.
Hi, dude. Thanks for having me here.
The pleasure is all mine.
You really are eye candy for the chicks, dude.
That much I know, Daddy, but
Candy
you
for
gotta
the
tell me
chicks.
about this wacky match. All tell anyway.
Dude, as much as I've dreamed about destroying Hunter Hearst,
I know you
Humphrey,
have.
I know you
There's
have.
very horrible things I'd like to do to him.
I know you
I
will.
know you
I
can.
wish I could dream about it even more.
Who is it, Manny?
Someone who's willing to do even worse things than I am.
Oh, no.
Are you thinking what I think you're thinking?
I think I am thinking what you think I think you're thinking.
Can you bring him out, Manny?
Here he comes.
Where is he?
Cactus Jack!
What? This is impossible. What? Triple H is freaking out.
He's yelling at the ref.
Oh, he's yelling at the ref.
In your life, because it's Madison Square Garden and Mrs. Foley's little boy. Bye-bye. Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Why is Triple H so angry?
Because Cactus Jack was a mythical figure. He wasn't even thought to be real at that point. Not in New York, brother.
Wow.
It was not just a change of shirt.
And there comes Cactus Jack.
That's insanity.
Nice, man.
Well, you spent all that time, and they just showed it on the big screen behind everybody, though.
Why would Triple H run right into the garbage pail?
It was a mistake.
He thought
it was a
the guy
mistake.
would do it. Yeah.
Oh, man. He ran right into it. Well, you're holding it up.
There's no way he'll use that garbage can.
No
way.
No.
Well, called my bluff.
So,
He called you.
so Vince was afraid because it didn't happen on the WWE. He didn't think that the heat would be
Yeah,
there.
he didn't know if that translated. I
Yeah.
mean, the truth was, when I was Mankind, it was a different type of look, and in order to make it look like I was I did pull my hair out, but I pulled from the ends. I didn't actually wrench it out of my hair.
Right.
But, it was believable enough that I was every night pulling hair and throwing it, and then I would carve the little divots, with a razor. So I mean, not to draw blood, but here's a good picture Sam's got up there. I mean, it looked pretty.
Yeah, you got a big bald patch, and you got that mask on.
I would go into a 7-Eleven or something at 2:30 in the morning, and the guy there
with your fucking hair.
Have a black guy. My hair's halfway down my back. I got divots out of my head.
That's a great shot.
I would just assume they knew who you were, though.
Well, unless they knew Cactus Jack, unless they were those guys watching WCW at the time, they didn't really know who I was. I mean, I tucked my hair up under a hat when we go to the airport. A lot of the guys the fans would flock to the other guys, and I was kind of left alone. So they didn't think that the percentage of people who knew would be substantial enough to create that big reaction. But they were wrong.
Yes, they were.
They were dead wrong.
And you're doing comedy tonight, right? I want to make sure people get the plug.
Man. Yeah, I'm doing it.
With Bob Levy and Otto and George.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's a good show.
It should be a good show, right?
Oh man,
this is the one where we're hoping. We've talked about this before when I've been on. It's like, yeah, we like that guy. We know he's funny on your show, but I don't know. I'll spend $20 to stand in line and get his autograph, but not $20 to sit in a chair and listen to him.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But we're going to turn that around today?
Well, I think that might be getting a lot of the fence sitters to go, okay, well, even if he sucks, the other guys.
Where you at?
We're at the Sanders Mansion in Scotia, New York, which is right near Albany. So it's pretty
up
cool.
there. Okay.
Wow,
pretty cool venue. Yeah. And the reason I saw this Henry Winkler book here, and I brought it in because I feel like he's a kindred spirit. Did you know that he has co-written 17 novels?
What?
For children? Mm-mm. And what do you think of when you see him?
Fonz.
He's the Fonz.
He's the Fonz.
No matter how many novels he writes.
Yeah.
No matter how many laughs I get, when I come here, Sam's still going to play that stupid dude love.
Exactly. See?
Yeah, but you went back to wrestling, too. Henry Winkler hasn't gone back to the Fonz thing.
Emotionally,
you're doing more
really
wretchling
left.
lately.
I think reunion show.
I did. I got a tweet from the Fonz on Christmas.
Bald
I
Richie
really
Cunningham and like an old Fonzie. That'd be great.
I want to see Chuck.
Chuck
The older
finally comes
brother.
back.
Whatever happened to Chuck?
Is that actor even still alive?
No, he killed himself during their 7th season. He's like, I can't believe. He's like the Dunkelman of the 70s. Just fucking threw it all away. But the weird thing is, was there anyone bigger than Fonzie, you think, in
on
your life?
television
Yeah,
as a character?
I mean, he was so massive.
Yeah, that was huge.
So massive.
To the point where when Fonzie went back and got his GED.
Yeah.
That ruined
show.
everything. That was
no.
dumb.
Well, what ruined is when he got married and he grew a beard. Not that the beard isn't working for you, but but when Fonzie got the diploma, like thousands of people, teenagers who dropped out, went back and got their diploma.
Yeah, but it made for shitty TV.
That is sad.
That
Why
is
would you
sad.
do that just because a TV character did it?
That's why I got my library card.
You're such
That's why I
such a
decided
good
to try
person.
liver.
Yeah.
Man, you are such a good person. You look at that like, that's cool. I look at it as being douchey. It's terrible.
That's because you haven't gone back and got your GED, Anthony.
Exactly,
when you do.
and I didn't. I really should do that. I hear even a GED could kick your salary up a little bit. I should get that.
The Fonz got his. You should get yours.
Take that down the hall. Show the guys. Look. Hey, management.
The
I'm a graduate.
episode I tweeted about was one of my favorite of all Christmas episodes. Remember the one where Fonzie's too proud to admit he has no one to spend?
No one to stay.
It's a sad one,
So he makes up the story about having a family in Waukesha.
And he's just alone with a can of beans with a pork and
ravioli
beans
or something like
ravioli,
that.
something shitty. And he's like, yeah, hey, Merry Christmas. Hey,
One more
Cunningham.
time.
And then he won't actually go out and he won't give him the big thank you, but he'll say, Richie, you give me the little toy, punch. He goes, hey, it's for having all your freckles in the right place.
That's beautiful.
That was
great. It was very nice.
So I got a tweet back from the Fonz, and he said, "Whoa, hey, that was one of the first shows that featured Fonz. Because up until then, he was in the Windbreaker.
Right.
He didn't actually say
Didn't really
much.
talk.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I
And that-
saw one of
people
those
forget.
episodes recently where he was in the Windbreaker, barely there. He's like an aside, a guest star that the credit was at the end of the show. And it was one of my favorite episodes where Mr. C has his friend from his army buddy come over. He's a black guy, and he's getting married and asks Mr. C to be the best man. And the black guy comes to the house, and it is one of the most racist episodes I've ever seen. Mrs. C is all nervous because when he walks in the door, she just went shopping. She's holding a watermelon.
Jeez, Mrs. C.
And Mr. C introduces the black friend, and she's like, "Oh, we always have watermelon and fried chicken." And it's and then a neighbor comes over. And the black guy's in the kitchen, and she has to use the phone for some reason. And Mr. C goes, "Oh, yeah, go inside and use the phone." And she walks in the kitchen. She's like, "Oh, there's someone in your kitchen." Like he's robbing the joint. Then the guy went out for a walk to clear his mind. And there's a knock on the door. Mr. C opens the door. There's a cop holding the black guy's arm going, "This man says he's a friend of yours." I saw him walking around the neighborhood. It was just racist after racist joke. And
How much did you love
situation.
it, Dan?
I loved
You
it.
loved it, huh?
I turned it off before the sweet ending where everybody goes together to make it a good episode. I was hoping they would just run him out of town with pitchforks
and
and,
they went
torches.
back. They explored the racial issue again.
Sticks.
With Sticks.
With Sticks,
the drummer.
yes, Sticks the
And
drummer.
nobody would come to the party at
Yeah, of
Richie's
course
house.
not.
Yeah.
And then Fonzie went and tried to threaten them.
Bag, and remember, Ralph Mouth wouldn't even go. Ralph was like,
Ralph was a
we
racist,
can't. Yeah,
too.
he was hanging around with Bag more than
Yeah.
Ron Howard then.
Yeah,
We gotta get
Hey.
Bag in the studio.
Bag would be fucking the greatest, man. Bag was like on that show. He could have been like Newman was to Seinfeld.
Right, yes.
Like there was like, is he one of the friends?
And you
Is
don't
he a
think he
creep?
was thinking that when he
Yeah.
was watching Seinfeld?
Yeah.
He was like, I could have been.
I could have
Newman.
fucking
Could have been that
in a
guy.
heartbeat.
Could have been that
I was
guy.
almost that guy.
And Mr. C had to give Fonzie the speech. Fonzie said, "I'll be back over there. I'll display." I do a terrible Fonzie.
No, it's good.
more
It's
like-
really good.
Sounded just
I'm
like
closing my
him.
eyes. It's
Sounded
good.
I'll
just
be
like
over
him.
there in 5 minutes. I'll
Father.
have this
It's like
place
he's here.
full.
Sylvester Stallone Fonzie.
And then Mr. C sits him there and goes, "No, you will not." And he has to preface what he says by saying, "Fonz, you are the coolest. There is no doubt about that."
Hey.
But he tells him, that racism has a longer history than cool.
Then cool. And
It's a
Fonzie's
pretty-
like, "Yeah, Mr. C. Yeah, racism isn't cool."
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, eat your veggies and go to school.
You know,
Get your diploma.
Cool only started with Miles Davis.
Right.
Racism.
Racism
He,
is-
hundreds of
There you
years
go. Yeah, there you
more.
go.
Racism,
Oh,
crazy.
shit. Here's the black
There
guy.
she is with the watermelon.
Man.
And he comes in. Hey, I'm home, Marion.
Meet my old army buddy Fred Washington. My wife Mary.
Fred Washington. Freddie Boom Boom Washington.
It's nice to meet you, Fred.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, this is a surprise. I didn't know that you. We didn't expect. What I mean is, we have watermelon all the time.
Oh, God.
What ex-football player is that, by the way?
No,
man, I've
isn't
seen
that
him at a convention.
isn't that
Come on.
Shaft or something?
Like Fred Williamson?
Is it Roundtree?
No, I think
Richard
that's Richard
Roundtree?
Roundtree. Yeah, that's Richard Roundtree, motherfucker.
Didn't
he was
Roundtree
a
play some
smooth
football?
motherfucker back then.
No, I think you're
Nah.
thinking of Fred Williamson. Fred the
Fred
Hammer.
Williamson, yeah.
I saw Fred the Hammer Williamson.
Fred Williamson was great in those blaxploitation
Yeah,
movies
they
and
were
shit.
fantastic.
The Legend of Nigger Charlie. That was fucking
Those are
great
good.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just kicking ass on white people in the Old West.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's just an
who
excuse for
dat?
him to say the word today.
No, it's a great fucking. Find the trailer for that.
That's the name of the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, find the trailer
Black
for
exploitation
Nigger Charlie.
films. There were a bunch of them.
Yeah, go ahead. Find the trailer for it. It's great. Here it is. This is fan-fucking-tastic. Where's the villain? Oh, there it is. Somebody warn the West. Nigga Charlie. Does this have any fucking voice to it? Oh, come on.
Running.
Ain't running no more.
Somebody warn the West. Nigga Charlie ain't running no more.
If he sets 1 foot on this property, nigga Charlie will game.
This is frightening.
The legend of Nigga Charlie.
Find the other one.
That's it.
Yeah, find the other one. I like
We
the.
used to have a better one. We used to
Good.
play.
I know who's going to Netflix.
Oh yeah, please.
There's not one of those movies that I don't feel right just watching in drive-ins.
Yeah.
That's why I saw
Yes,
every one of
drive-ins.
those films
You're right.
in a drive-in.
Oh, that ain't it. Oh, Sam.
Well, that's the full movie if we want to.
Yeah, we got nothing else to do.
Yeah, what do we got?
Let's watch a movie.
Well, we got an hour left.
How do you not find the
Well, that's the
fucking
trailer.
trailer? No, it was a better one.
You want this trailer instead?
Boss. Oh, it might be Boss Nigga.
Yeah.
That was another one. Yeah. This one was great.
They call him boss nigga.
They rolled into a white man's town.
Oh shit. Love this song. This should have been Dude Loves Music. This fits better than that disco shit.
Bringing black man's law. He's black.
He's shooting white people.
Brutal. He's boss. Fred Williamson is boss nigga.
Jesus.
They call him boss.
Boss Nigga. I love this
I
song.
just sworn your new deputy. Made myself the sheriff.
Dressed like pimps.
Being called a nigger in public. Now that's $20 or 2 days in jail.
It's like a Tarantino movie now. Jesus. Loud. Big gunfight. The black people are winning.
You know, he did come back and do Dust to Dawn with Tarantino.
Yes, he
yeah,
did.
He was in
Right,
that.
right.
Just locked up the bank president.
That is.
Oh.
I love the premise.
Well, you
though.
all been hunting black folks for so long, we just want to see what it felt like to hunt white folks.
Oh, shit.
Part legend, part devil, all man.
Yeah, look at him. He's making out with a white bitch. That's crazy.
That's just to satisfy your curiosity.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's my pleasure to tell you that...
Sir, you are interrupting our breakfast. We never
Breakfast.
discuss business while we're eating.
See, black people don't talk like that. That was funny.
Where'd you learn to talk like that? I've been wanting to say that to somebody for 8 years. My slave master said that to me once. It sounded so pretty, I never forgot it.
Holy shit.
Long trailer, huh?
It is. This is the good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I ain't leaving this town till I gets me Jed Clayton.
Must be a white guy.
Fred Williamson is
I just saw
boss nigga.
Fred about 2 years ago, and he's still bad, man.
Really?
Yeah.
He's still badass,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Still bad at
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I had Melvin Van Peebles in, who started Blaxploitation with Sweet Sweetback's badass song. And he did all the music for it.
Really?
Did everything. Made it for no money, and then it made a fortune.
Yeah.
It made a fortune, and he's still been riding.
Is that the
off it ever-
Mario Van Peebles' father?
It's his dad, yeah.
Yeah. That shit was just great, though. I remember going to movies as a kid, and that shit would be on the screen. And you didn't think twice about it. It wasn't like looking around like, oh, shit, we're in trouble now.
Like I said, so most of these are to drive in, either in a car or outside, just standing in front of the
standing
drive-in.
there.
But do you remember Mandingo, which was the
with
first,
Ken Norton.
with interracial sex, which you'd never seen before?
No,
Yeah,
craziness.
I had a chance to talk to Ken about
Wow.
that. You know, at these conventions, that's
Meet
where you
some
run
good
into
people,
guys
huh?
like Fred. You know, talk to Ken about about Mandingo.
Yeah.
Because I remember that, and that was at a time when I was just entering that
Right.
puberty stage. You know, and
Yep.
I can't. Was it Susan George who he? Found out when he made love
Susan
to
George,
her.
all those movies.
And when
She
that
was
baby
hot.
came, I said, "Oh, it came, the baby came, but it ain't white." It ain't white. And the guy had Ken Norton with the pitchfork, and he was stabbing him, and he put him in the hot trough of boiling water. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, look, Susan George. Right
Remember how hot
she
she used
was
to
the
be?
shit.
Holy
Oh,
fuck.
who
Yeah, she
wasn't
was
in love with
unbelievable.
her back in those days?
Wow, you forgot about
And
it.
that's
Oh,
when
man, look
Yeah.
at her. She's getting fucked.
Let's see her boobies in that
They're
picture.
just
Yeah.
natural and pointy and
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah.
little
Those
cone.
are some 70s titties.
She's got cone tits.
That's great
Nice.
stuff back then in the day.
Forgot about Susan.
Yeah.
George.
Damn, Mandingo. That's some shit right there. Oh, boy. What do you got? Mr. Skin. Yeah, okay.
Can I make a story? This is a startling revelation of the truth. The first time I ever felt compelled
to whack off,
to touch my penis, not to whack off. I didn't even know what that was yet.
Yeah.
Just to touch
I
it.
just felt like I needed to touch it. Was under the covers, the Foley love seat. My parents were out.
The Foley
I was
love seat.
watching Claudia Jennings in the Great Texas Dynamite Chase.
Oh, wow. Another one of these. Like,
And I was
old
like,
school.
why do I feel like I have to touch my penis?
Wow. Why? It was so new and strange.
Oh, man.
What are these feelings that are being conjured up? Oh, man. Claudia Jennings, there she is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Great
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh, man. I'm ready to touch myself now.
Let's see what
Look at
made
her.
you touch your penis there, Mick.
It's
Oh, boy.
it's
Let's see.
in the hay. They're like it's a love scene in the hay. There,
Oh,
here we go.
that's it.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
So
Look
look
at this.
back to me now,
Here
brother.
it is.
Mick Foley might touch his penis right now.
Oh, man.
touch it.
Oh.
I'm
Look at the
looking.
little fucking hot pants she's
And I'm
wearing.
liking.
Daisy Dukes.
Oh,
Fucking the greatest American heroes making out with her.
Wow, hey, look at that.
Oh,
Look at
man.
that,
Yeah, come on.
Can you blame a guy?
He's groping her ass. And now this is a great,
Well,
straightforward
they used to know how to make
sex
love
scene.
scenes, too. They don't make love scenes like this shit
No, it's
anymore.
implied now.
It's horrible.
implied. They go into bed. You see the hand on top of the other hand,
Right.
and then the top one makes a fist, and the bottom one makes the fist, and then they go to the next scene. She's smoking a butt while they're having sex.
Oh, yeah.
The 70s. It's great. They're drinking, smoking,
And
eating,
all you did was
high
touch it there,
cholesterol
Mick?
food.
You didn't touch it over and over again?
No, it was
Until
my
Kenny
brother was in
came
the
out.
room. I was
You didn't know
about
what
to
to do?
cover.
I don't know.
He knew what the
Secret
Foley love seat was for.
Clandestine.
Older brother?
Deal. Yeah, older brother.
See, he
yeah.
knew what the Foley love seat was all about.
And it was just like 2 weeks earlier. I was watching The Great Santini, and my biggest problem there was I was trying not to cry in front of my parents when Tumor was shot.
Yeah.
You know, and, old Red. Shot Tumor.
Can you get
Oh,
back
yeah, I
shot Tumor?
forgot that.
Remember that?
With his honey
Why don't you
jars.
squirt some out for me? Come here. Come on, where's Daddy's little baby at? Come here. Hitting him with a basketball.
You gonna squirt?
Yeah.
Squirt? You gonna squirt?
Yeah. This obscure movie that was then taken by
Yeah, Austin
Dr.
Powers.
Evil.
Yeah.
So people are like,
You're
that's
gonna
funny,
squirt?
but they had no idea he was paying tribute.
It's
What
great.
have you, Betty? Come on.
Can we go back
One,
to
two, three,
Duvall was
cry.
great in that,
he
man.
was amazing.
Fucking
Yeah,
great.
it was unbelievable.
He's fucking good in everything.
Let's go back to jerking off, though.
Oh, jeez.
The whole life,
jeez.
when you
go
finally
back to the
figured out
gutter.
the fucking how that works, your whole life changed. We've talked about it on the show.
Oh, yeah.
All your hobbies go away and everything else. Fuck your stupid bicycle.
Yeah. The
Remember?
microscope went away.
All that.
My fucking chemistry set, all that shit was like, what
That
is
was a
this
lo-
garbage I was wasting my
That was a
time with
life
when I
changer.
could have been jerking my dick.
That was a life changer.
Yeah.
Here's a.
No more baseball cards.
I've
Fuck
got
that.
this comedy bit. I haven't done it yet, but it addresses the rumors that we all grew up hearing about a certain rock and roll singer who needed to have his stomach pumped.
Right, of course.
After
We've all
performing
heard that
sexual
story.
acts on stage, which is just completely rational. Just know.
Yeah.
It's so believable.
Right.
Yeah.
Take a quick break. Extended drum solo. Blow me bad mates.
I think I should go to the hospital. I got to go to the fucking hospital.
How do you think that story got so out of control? It's got to be based on some little tidbit.
All
You
I
think there's some
know
truth?
is that I
don't
believed
know.
it wholeheartedly
Everyone
until
did.
that great moment of truth.
Yeah.
When, for reasons I didn't quite understand, I felt myself about 2 weeks after Claudia Jennings just stroking it. why I went to the toilet bowl? Like I didn't even know.
You didn't
what
know
I
it was
doing,
going to happen.
You know?
It's like instinct.
Yeah, and then I felt it was like the orgasm that all other orgasms have failed to live up to. I was like, oh my,
Yeah. That first unexpected one.
God, oh my goodness!
What the fuck
And
is this?
I
We've
looked
been
back
chasing that
and
orgasm
Yeah.
ever
There's
since.
even like a little cherry pain connected with it. Like you shoved a pencil in your dick hole.
But I
You just
thought-
finally open up the hose.
Given what we'd heard about that rock and roll singer, who literally had to needed his stomach pumped, I
Right.
thought there'd be like a quart and a half of fluid. It looked
You're
like
let down.
a drop of Elmer's glue.
Right.
Yeah, you're like
Might wanna
floating
get that
down to
checked
the
out.
bottom of the bowl, and that's when I started to re-examine the
That rumor was like, come on. How many people would this take where you would actually need your fucking stomach pumped? It just doesn't, the math doesn't work. Wow, that's pretty fucking cool. That's when that's odd though that's what came into your head the second you came.
Second I put it out there, I was like,
wow. Fucking
everything's a lie. Everything's been a lie now.
Yeah, that is a moment where you get a lot more clarity as far as everything goes, sex and those rumors about sex and everything. I had such weird thoughts as a kid. You have these weird thoughts and misconceptions about sex. You hear little bits and pieces about it and try to piece it all together in this puzzle with some missing parts. And I actually thought to get a girl pregnant, you had to wear a rubber. Because the stuff that got her pregnant was on the condom. I thought there was something on there. And you had to put it in her ass.
Right.
So thank God I figured it out.
So you were really young.
That was like 7 years old.
Because
that was 7,
I had the same thing that me and my friends, we would actually start a club formed around a dirty magazine. Like, all right, now we have it. We take it out.
Dirty magazine club. It's like the Sacred Scrolls.
We take it out here to the woods. No one comes here separately.
I had the same thing. We had a box. We had a treasure trove.
Yeah.
My mom ended up finding my cachet, like when they finally took down our old shed.
That's a kid's prison money. That's cigarettes in prison to a kid. There's fucking Playboys and
and anything that was even more hardcore than Playboy, you know. But I remember being like very young like that in elementary school and think that sucking tits was fucking, right? So so then at a certain point I thought to myself, I can do this. And then when we saw fuck pics, I was like, what?
All bets are off here. What is this?
Pissing in her. What the hell are these sick bastards
fucking
doing?
Degenerates, right?
Because I remember
Why isn't he sucking her tits?
The first time I ever saw any, like, in a Playboy, it was a woman's laying on a bed and she's naked, and a guy was in a tuxedo next door, and I'm like, I guess I'll get a tux. You know what I mean? I'll just. And it was a real black tie affair. I'm like, I don't even know where to get that.
A tux.
Yeah, I don't know why I had the immediate thing of like, well, I guess sex is coming any day for me now, and I better be prepared. I don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah, you had to know how to suck a tit and wear a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
there's just those weird misconceptions, man. And as a kid, you didn't know what the end game was,
right?
But you knew something was going on. There was a girl down the street when I had to be in kindergarten, man. It was fucking weird. But there was a girl down the street, and we used to go into the shed behind her house and just show each other our asses. Like, she would just turn around and pull her pants down. And I would turn around and pull my pants down, and we'd look over our shoulders, and I would look at her ass, and she'd look at mine. And we'd just kind of stand there, and that was sex.
It was Beatles sex, is what you were having.
Yes.
Was there a spreading of the cheek?
There was nothing except just like holding your shirt up.
Right.
It's over your ass, pulling the pants down to the knees, and looking over your shoulder.
Oh, Sam's got a number of that girl. Okay.
And I knew something was really cool about this.
Right.
But I had no idea what it was. I didn't know what the progression was after that. I didn't feel the need or urge to touch it or anything. This is great to look at.
Now, you know what the shame here is? This is completely appropriate for like 12, 13, and 14-year-old boys. Can we get the word out that we are clearing up misconceptions?
Yeah.
Yes, we're helping.
This is another one that just goes to show how confused kids could be. Is like, I remember we were like 10 or 11, and we would be talking about women or girls in our classes, and we would actually use this language. We're like, hey, you know who I'd love to rape? And I think that we never had it in our heads that a girl would want this.
Right.
So we just thought, I guess we're going to have to be raping them someday.
They're never going to want me to put this in there.
Right.
So it has to be rape.
And we were like, she's not even rapeable. I'll tell you, I really will tell you who I'd rape, though, and I'm serious about this. It's awful that a boy is confused.
Yeah.
Do you think it's even worse, or is it better with the internet? Because if you're a little kid, you can see full porn, which was...
I don't know if you could even judge it now in hindsight.
You know what? I
right?
think in a way, it's,
hindsight. That's what they used to do.
I think it's worse in that people think that. I always drew the equation with pro wrestling and porn, and that this is like, yeah, it's a variation
like
of what
Sam does.
It's like the fantasy world of what fighting could be. Yeah, like this is what, like, come on. But no, but leave it to the professionals. The difference is now, people see UFC and they go, oh, okay, I get it. That's what the real fighting is.
They're really
but
kicking
yet
each other's
they've
ass.
come the porn stuff has come to be a self-fulfilling prophecy where you can make that what it is, so that teenagers are walking up. It used to be, I mean, if you were lucky enough to have a woman or, a girl who was willing to do that sexual act, it never came without a please, and probably many of them.
Yeah,
it was always something magical that a woman could do to a guy. It wasn't something that a guy walked up, held her ears and made her. And so honestly, my daughter's 18. I think I'm going to show her. I'm going to just say, no, watch this. Watch it. I'm not going to watch it with her, and I'm going to come back and say, nobody ever does that.
No one does that.
No one does it.
Do you understand these days? And I remember growing up, it was to get a blowjob was fucking like lotto. It was winning the fucking lottery.
Yeah. You had to be really flexible.
Happen.
You had to.
Yeah. It always hurt my jaw. It's just one of those things that just didn't always happen, and now it just seems to be a prerequisite to dinner or something. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's a given. It's just a given.
It's the appetizer.
It's like, here it is. Whoa, look, I'm being blown. Yeah. But back then it just didn't fucking happen. And when it started happening, you're like, holy shit, this is happening.
I remember. I still remember.
Yeah.
Sophomore in college, the girl told me I looked better with my shorts off. And I had a Fonzie poster on my wall.
Sure you did.
Every weekend for me. Every weekend was a Seeger song. Every fucking weekend was a Seeger song for me. I was in the woods.
Just one song?
Yeah.
Half a song.
Yeah.
Too tall. Could have used a few pounds.
Yeah. She had points all her own, sitting way up high.
Way up Furman High. Claudia Jennings.
Right, exactly.
That is like the fucking worst thing about becoming an adult is that you're not drinking a keg in a cornfield anymore. It's just like those fucking wood kegs where you're traveling through the woods to get to a keg, and then suddenly there's 50 people drinking there. It was like unbelievable.
But why don't we do that still?
There's no more wood. Deforestation has killed our parties.
Hey, listen, Mark Cuban's 10 minutes out, and I don't want to forget about the money that Sam owes McFoley.
Oh, shit.
You've been reminding Sam about
this,
just
right?
Meanwhile, Sam has been exploring the myth and the origin of the myths of the stomach-pumping celebrities.
Oh, really? I like the list of people who have alleged to have been this person. Rod Stewart, Elton John, David Bowie, Mark Almond, Mick Jagger, Andy Warhol, Jeff Beck.
I never heard about
John
Jeff
Bon
Beck.
Jovi?
I never heard about Jeff Beck.
No, he's just trying to get in.
New Kids on the Block.
That's bullshit.
Bay City Rollers. Alanis Morissette. Lil'
Bay City
Kim.
Rollers, I could see.
Foxy
Not
Brown,
Jeff
Britney
Beck.
Spears, and Fiona Apple. Fiona Apple, come on.
They're at least attributing it to females now.
Yeah.
Which kind of ruins the entire
The mystique of the whole thing?
Yeah.
It's amazing how a female doing that is like, nah, that wrecks it. Unless a guy is sucking a dick until he's got to get his stomach pumped, it's not fun or hot or anything.
Now, see who killed baby chicks on stage or threw them into the crowd. Zappa, Alice Cooper,
Alice
Manson.
Cooper killed the baby on stage.
It was, the way I heard it was a gross-off contest between Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne. They were on stage.
Eating shit.
Yeah.
And one-upping each other. It's like now you like an old vaudeville act where they tap dance and the other one had to do it better, but it was eating shit and killing babies. Dun-dun-dun. Take off his straw hat and cane, point it over to Gene Simmons and eat diarrhea on the stage and lick it up with Doritos and.
What a show!
What a fucking show! I was there.
Court tonight.
I was there. No one.
Don't need that.
Lighters are all up in the air.
Opie is going to allow me to plug something.
Oh yeah, go.
Well, we do have to go to commercial. Are you giving McFoley his money or what, Sam?
Yeah, I'll give him
All right.
You're really going to take money from Sam?
I gave it to him.
This is craziness.
What's the money for?
Sam, I was starting an auction for flood victims in Vermont, and I was trying to up the price of my Medal of Reasonableness. So
Yes.
Sam made the first bid with my money for $520.
Yeah.
Right.
And these are the actual bills.
Yeah.
You never spent it.
You never spent it.
And you want to hear a nice Good Samaritan story? The guy sent me.
He just took it from Sam. Sam had
It went
plans
for
for
like
that money.
it went for like $750. I thought it would have gotten at least
a little more.
G.
Sure.
And the guy sent it back to me because he knew how much it meant to me.
Wow.
With the caveat that I could never sell it again.
Oh, nice.
Sent
I was
me
about
back.
to say,
I
I give you $520 for it.
Hey, it's weird though. Sam's wallet has a cowboy on it.
Look how big.
Does it?
Yeah, it has a cowboy on it.
Let me see your little wallet. Is it? That's
It's a child's wallet.
that is. Is it plastic?
That's a kid's first wallet.
Yeah, you do have a Costanza wallet there.
Your wallet's too big,
Sam
McFoley.
has a kid's
It's
toy
not a kid's
wallet.
wallet. It's
That's
by-
my first wallet.
It's by the J. Peterman Company, as a matter of fact.
Ah, Jay Peterman.
Now, according to that, you're a junior fireman.
No.
The card that you have in there.
The card.
It's real leather.
Pleather.
And when
It
we
is.
get
It's
back, I'll hype my my episode of Celebrity Wife Swap by showing you guys a
Yes, we'll
picture
do
of my
that.
wife
Listen,
in a bikini.
we got a break.
nice.
We got a break because we got Mark Cuban standing by. Mick Foley, the big shows tonight. Sanders Mansion in Scotia, New York, right?
That's right. They can go to realmickfoley.com and hit events for ticket information.
It's a great show because you got Bob Levy and Otto and George with you as well.
So
So.
you can't lose, even if I'm
Okay.
par.
More with Ron
They will
Bennington
make
as
up
well.
for it.
Stay there.
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Hanging out with Mick Foley and Ron Bennington from Ron and Fez. Mick Foley's got the big gig tonight at Sanders Mansion in Scotia, New York, up near Albany, right?
That's right.
With Bob Levy and Otto and George.
It's going to be hot.
We love Bob Levy, but he fucked it all up. So
What did he do?
he's not allowed to be in this building.
What did he do?
I don't know. Something with Howard.
Because he had a show.
He was on with Howard, and then some bad blood got really bad, and now no one's allowed to have him on.
Man.
Not allowed in the building anyway.
It's going to be a good show, though.
I think he's allowed to.
Yeah.
I think he's allowed to be on the phone, but
Your
yeah,
only
no.
chance to see him now. Anyway, it's the
No
only
kidding.
chance.
No, Bob Levy's great. Otto and George, great, obviously. And Mick Foley, I've never seen your comedy, but I'm hearing good things.
It's going to be good.
So you go to what? RealMickFoley.com for details?
Details, yeah. Just click on events. We've got some comedy clips there. I'm still in that position where I'm, exceeding really limited expectations. Where nobody ever goes, I was expecting more from you. It's always like, you were a lot better than I thought.
I really thought you were going to suck ass. This is amazing.
It's pretty brave to, try to do stand-up.
Yeah, you go up
Ronnie
there.
knows that game.
Yeah, you try
All of
to.
a sudden you're doing stand-up? Wow.
It's I've had a lot of mic time and addressing crowds, but there are times like this. A couple weeks ago, I did Nashville and Birmingham, back to back. Nashville was like a dream, and then Birmingham, not sure what happened. Like I felt like I had to address the fact that there's a YouTube clip of me doing my rendition of Sweet Home Alabama, where where Ronnie Van Zant is having trouble finding something positive to say. And out of frustration, he's like, I'm like, this bleeping close to having a hit bleeping song. The only problem is I can't think of one fucking thing to say about it. And he finally looks up and he goes, wow, the sky is kind of blue. And so I thought I had to address it. It's like the elephant in the room. I addressed it in Birmingham. And like they didn't even know I did it. So now it was tough to get them back after I went out there and admitted I'd been.
No one has ever done well in Birmingham, though. It's a known fact. There's never been anyone who said, I do really well in Birmingham.
Did well in Birmingham,
Yeah.
No.
Can't happen.
Never.
They're very confused down there. Very confused.
Where's Mark Cuban? He's on his
He
way.
just stopped to buy something on the way here.
A building.
Yeah.
Does he realize it's Friday? We're getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, right? Please.
Sam, what do you have up there on the screen?
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys watch Celebrity Wife Swap. I do.
Celebrity Wife Swap. Yes,
And,
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley's going to be on this season.
Yeah. You promised to show us a photo.
Oh, yeah.
My wife
your-
apparently, I don't know what went on at the other house, but apparently there is a little bikini action.
Nice.
And so this is the old lady.
What's the show called? Celebrity Wife Swap?
Celebrity Wife Swap. The Flavor Flav and D. Snyder
Nick
episode.
is very nice for himself.
Yeah, not
Wait,
bad.
is this your wife or the one you got in the trade?
This is my wife, but
okay,
she was a knockout. I think this was the one wife swap where the husbands were like, "Hey, can we keep this thing going a little while longer?" We're having,
My goodness.
What'd you get for this?
What do you mean? Oh, who did I trade in for?
Yeah.
You can Google the guy, Antonio Sabato Jr.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
heard of him.
That lover.
Yeah.
So that felt good, when I saw the guy's face.
That's good.
And said,
People
okay, my wife's living with him for a
I
week.
did I did a wife swap with Newt Gingrich, but it was years ago. It's all, you know what? I don't even think it's a big deal, but it's coming back now. Everybody's talking about it.
Wait, you got to bring him home?
Yeah, nice.
To move out there.
Nice.
Look, his ads aren't even razor sharp there. Go to the Calvin Klein ad, man. That's like not doing the guy justice.
Where's his wife?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was my wife.
So he came home with you. Your wife went.
My wife left L.A., spent the week with him, and then I and his wife.
A TV week or a real week?
It was like 6 days. Yeah, it was like. And then his wife. Is it her?
You don't even know if that's her?
It didn't look like her. Yeah, there she is, right there.
Oh. Whoa. That's pretty good.
What'd you do with her? Anything?
Wouldn't it be great if it was wife swapping? You just
that's cable. This is ABC.
Yeah,
it's ABC.
Actually, it was Dee Snider who called me during their filming, and he's like, "Bro, this is so." He goes, "This is ABC. They're not looking for conflict. They just want to see how people get along."
Right.
And then the only thing that hurt a little bit was they have a psychologist come over and give you like a 500 questionnaire to make sure that you either are or are not going to fall apart on national TV.
Oh, wow,
and she
really?
wouldn't tell us who the guy was. You're not supposed to know until the show starts. The only thing she tells us is they picked out the perfect couple. This guy is so opposite of you. And I was like, oh, really? She goes, he is one of the most handsome men in Hollywood. And I just look like, completely opposite of me, huh?
Oh,
and
thanks.
She didn't get it. She's like, his body is unbelievable.
Oh, great.
Really?
Thank you.
I have an opportunity, so I have to say this. Mark Cuban is in the shitter.
That seems to
He's
be
basically a billionaire.
He might
and he's
be-
taking a dude.
He might be making number one.
He might be doing the number one.
That's not confirmed. He could be, or he might be making number two. We
Seems to
don't
me
know.
like we have a camera crew here and we ought to investigate.
So when is your wife swap on? End
It's
of the month, right?
the 31st. It's the last episode, but I think the State of the Union is on the 24th. So we are the grand finale. the
That should be
31st.
short, though. State of the Union. Oh, it's not good.
It's been better, people.
Right. Look outside. She's hot though.
She was great. She was great.
You have her like scrub your toilets or something, or
You know what? I felt really bad about it because our dog had the runs that week. And,
she had to clean up.
Yeah, and
Ronnie, no, Ronnie, stay. He goes there.
Where you go?
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Come on, Mr.
Mark
Bennington.
Cuban's here.
Mr. Bennington.
So she cleaned up after your dog.
I felt bad. That was part of the deal. She had to do what my wife would
You
normally
stay right
be
there.
doing, and it didn't seem fair. Hey,
Fucking Mark Cuban. How are you, Mark? Good to see you
How you
again,
doing,
buddy.
man?
It's been a long time.
Take a seat right over there next to the wonderful Mick Foley.
Yes, sir.
The fucking Mavericks finally won it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That is like so cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was,
you guys want some dirt on Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right off the bat. You know Mick Foley, obviously?
Yeah, right. Because you're a wrestling fan, right?
yeah, of course.
Do you know why I've been pulling for the Mavericks for years? Honestly, do you know why? Because in all my years, and I've never had this verified, so you're the guy to talk to. All my years of wrestling, going to arenas where professional sports teams play, the only place where we have ever been given the privilege of dressing in the home team's dressing room is in Dallas.
Oh, is that right?
Make sure they were taken care of. Yeah,
and I would tell people, I go, that's got to come from the top.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
We've never had that anywhere.
And let's talk about the dressing room, because I was lucky enough. He treated me like a fucking king. He probably doesn't even
before
remember.
I knew better.
Me and my brothers were in Dallas doing our thing, and we got to see the locker room.
Yep.
You saw it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And everyone said there's not a locker room like it in the NBA. Maybe now there is after all these years.
No, they try, but I keep on upgrading.
Everyone had their own flat screen TV and everything.
It was nice. Now, here was my fear. I would go around and be like, I don't know. Somebody's going to steal a pair of sneakers and they'll ruin it for
Ruin the whole
everybody.
thing.
No, you guys are always so cool, right? Because I did it 2003. Randy Orton beat the shit out of me, and then and a couple years ago, Sheamus threw me through a table because Vince would always call me up and say, "You got to help promote." And my rule was, my rule with Vince was one: you got to let me hit somebody, and you got to let me be hit, and that was the deal. So they always hooked me up.
You do it well, man.
Taking some bumps, huh?
Anytime Mark comes on, you know we're getting Sports Center.
Oh, yeah. That's why they have me on, because I'm the only idiot dumb enough to do all that.
We're legit. This is great.
Wow, we appreciate it, man. And I've always, I always thought that was the coolest thing.
I never knew that. No one would let you actually be in the.
We're always in the visitors.
What the fuck is that about?
Because there's stuff there. I mean, the jerseys are there, and I bet somebody took something.
Yeah, the
over
visitors'
the years.
locker rooms are always horse shit.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
You're not going to make them comfortable, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
I hear you make the water just slightly colder and all sorts of little tricks.
Oh, really?
I've heard the tricks over the years, yeah.
I think the only problem is we were so relaxed when we were in Dallas. We'd go out there and stink up the arena.
Never.
I feel so loved, appreciated.
I miss Dallas. I haven't been there in a while. It's a great town.
It is a great town.
Absolutely. What are you doing, Mark?
Well, shit, I got so
I'm
much
hearing
going
some things.
I got Shark Tank premiere tonight on ABC, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central.
Hey, can we cross-promote our ABC shows?
Yeah.
I've got Wife Swap next week.
Yeah, Wife Swap.
All right, Wife
Really?
Swap, Shark Tank. All right.
Bring it on, man.
Okay.
Shark swap after that.
Wife Swap.
Wife
yeah,
Tank.
Wife Tank.
Just keep ABC on. It's good.
Yeah. So Shark Tank coming on tonight. If you haven't seen it, it's a great show. It's kind of American Idol for business, and everybody's got that one dream idea that they want to turn into a big business. We bring them into the Shark Tank, and if we like it, we might give them some money, and if we really like it, then you see the sharks start to battle it out. And if you suck, we're going to tell you suck, and I'm going to rip you a new one. And so it's cool. So you learn from it, but it's really intense.
What kind of ideas do people coming up with?
I mean, good stuff and stupid. I'll tell you one. I'm not going to tell you whether I invested in it or not. Right? This guy comes on the show. And
he can be a cat.
No,
Sure.
in this case, right? The guy comes on the show and he has one business that's on the internet. It's called "I Want to Draw a Cat for You." That's all he does, right? And the guy is killing it.
Are you kidding me?
I want to draw a cat for you.com. He charges you $10 or $12 or whatever, and you just send him a little email with a note. I broke up with my girlfriend. Draw me a picture with a cat so I can send it to her. And people just send him, and he just is killing it.
How does that get going?
Amazing.
And so, but the guy, but that's the whole thing, right? In this particular case, the guy is just a genius promoter.
Yeah.
Right? Now, is it a real business? That's what we'll find out when we watch the show. We had another guy come in that, oh my goodness, I'm trying not to. I have to figure out how to say it
without giving everything away. Look at you.
But okay, another chick comes on and all she does is paint pretzels, right? And so then the idea, with different flavors and stuff. And I'm sitting there eating like a pig because this stuff is good, right? And then you got to dig in: is it a business or not? But the whole idea is that these are people that just had these unique ideas and then started making money with it. But the question is it a business or is it just a passion where you can just make a little bit? And so we go into these guys, and then another guy. Have you seen those power balance bracelets that people wear?
Yeah.
Total scam, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so.
I've got 10 of them.
Guy, they help you. $100 a pop, right? Guy comes in trying to pitch us on this stuff. Some of the sharks thought it was real. So not only did I have to just destroy this guy, but I had to destroy the other sharks too.
Right.
So it gets really good.
Some of these people also have invested hundreds and thousands of dollars
Of their own money.
of their own money, and they're just like working people, and they're like, this is their last shot.
Right,
So they're
right.
on there going, but
crying.
some of it I think is great because like I'm here to sell 5% of my company for $900,000.
I'm like, what the hell are you thinking, right? No, it's really good, right? Because it's really, especially good when a guy walks in with something crazy, like you said.
Yeah.
I've got this beer company that I just haven't started yet, but it's going to be really good, and I want $1 million for 3% of my company.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? But then the other ones where we all like it, and then we go to battle. And when the sharks fight, that's when it gets fun.
And they actually, the other sharks kind of gang up on you sometimes because they're a
normally
little
I kick their
jealous.
ass.
Yeah, you got more money than them. You'll come in harder than they come in.
Always.
So you'll see them whining.
Who are the other sharks? Anyone we know?
Damon John, who started FUBU. Worked out here.
Who's great. He's great TV across the board.
Yeah,
Ronnie's
absolutely
seen the
smart
show.
guy. Barbara Corcoran, who does real estate here in New York. Robert Herkovic, who's a Canadian computer guy, and Kevin O'Leary, who is also Canadian and has a bunch of financial businesses now. So a bunch of smart people, and so it gets going.
I think you've got the edge, the wrestling background, So when
That's all
it
I
comes
need.
time to tear someone a new one, you know how it's done.
I just put them down. You know, put the sleeper hold on them.
And he can rock a mic.
I can rock them. Yeah.
I've got a product I'd like to propose.
There we go. Shark
Mick.
Tank.
Right here.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank, right
Go,
here.
Mick.
We're the sharks right now.
We had an accident last New Year's Eve where my dog, unfortunately, was dropped on its head by the person watching. And after a few days, of irreparable brain damage, dog, we had to put her under.
Jesus.
3 days ago.
That's terrible.
3 days ago, after 13 months of freeze drying, a box came to our door, and it was the actual dog, not a stuffed dog.
You went with that?
We went with the freeze
That's
drying.
creepy.
No, we thought it'd be
That's
creepy,
just
but now
creepy.
the dog Juju sits on the she sits on the counter. It looks exactly, not the counter, our dresser looks exactly like the Juju, and we go over there and we pet her.
Weird.
Yeah,
You know what? It could be a business, though, right?
It is
Yeah,
a
it is
giant
a
business. It's a giant business.
If people knew what type of joy and happiness.
Usually they get them where they used to sleep on the floor and just put them back in their spot.
curl them up, and then they
See,
kind
That's
I
creepy
had
to
this
me.
done with my dad, and he rides shotgun. We just drive around town.
HOV lane.
Blow-up doll after I popped it. You know?
You really did that, Mick?
We did, man. My wife thought she
not
thought
creepy
it'd be
to you?
creepy, and my daughter, she burst into tears. She said, "No, I don't want to look. I don't want to look." And then she went in, and she was like, "Oh, I'm flipping out. This is
That's
so
cool, though.
crazy." But every time we go in there, it's like, it's a good, positive thing, and it's not taxidermy where it's the fur over a form. I mean,
Right.
they freeze dry it, so the only thing that's taken out are the eyes and the organs. Even the blood is freeze dried. So
Well,
that
that's
when
weird.
you're petting
See,
this
now
guy,
it's sounding weird.
Where are the eyes and the organs, though? Don't you get those too in a separate box?
I fried them up.
That's good eating.
You're not worried it's going to come alive in the middle of the night.
Oh, man, Pet Cemetery.
Pet cemetery
Yeah.
shit.
That
you
shit,
look over
right?
and it's not on the dresser anymore.
If I hadn't lost my cell phone 10 days ago, which is tough in today's world, I could, see if my wife could maybe text over.
What'd you do? Oh, man, someone's got Mick Foley's phone?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So why don't you
What
just
kind of
get a new
secrets are in
phone?
there?
What are you waiting for?
Any sexting?
I've got that cheapness issue I'm dealing
right. I forgot about that.
You're sitting next to a billionaire.
with. I know.
An actual
yeah.
billionaire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say it louder.
I'll brag for Mark. 171 on the Forbes 400. Are you moving up or down?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I got enough. I'd like to make more, but I ain't grinding it.
But you're using it productively, and you're out
For me,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
you, good.
Here's the thing, though. Mark makes every day a good day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys out there, you see, and you know who they are because we know some of them. They made their money, and they're still bitching.
Miserable.
There was a guy, I'm not to say you own a sports team, and I won't say where it was, a football team, and that's in Washington. And I was up in the thing there, and I saw him just having the worst possible
worst
day. 'cause
day.
the
How
could you, man? How
TV
could
wasn't
you?
working. He's stomping like Rumpelstiltskin. I'm like, what's the problem?
I mean, how could you, man? I mean, I look at I'm the luckiest motherfucker in the world,
Right.
right? I mean, if I can't have a good time, then I'm an idiot.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so you
man.
just got to enjoy it every day. And, my dad's 86, and he's a freak. He just gets out there. He's still partying and having a good time. And he's like, Mark, today's the youngest you're ever going to be. You better damn well live like it. you know?
Damn.
And so I get it from him.
You know what gets me as far
That must
as
be
like
easy to say
real-
when you have a son like Mark Cuban.
Yeah, right.
Whatever, right? Yeah.
You know when you know it's like real wealth? That friggin' jet. The jet.
No, wait. Which one?
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. The second I start feeling good about myself, just in the toilet, I'm a roofer.
Right.
Putting shingles on there.
Can I ask about your, how things run on your jet? Because when I was an announcer, I was given the option of flying back on the McMahon jet. And I conveniently always had an excuse as to why I had to fly out in the morning. Vince won't let anyone sleep on the jet.
Why?
I don't know.
No, that would kind of weird me out too, right? Because you you get used to it. It's kind of like a house in the air because you have it because you fly a lot, right? And so I've got
Oh, of
everything
course.
set up
Yeah, I know.
exactly the
What
way
do you got
I
in
like
your
it.
jet, just so he could live through you?
I mean, it's a normal G550 plus Gulfstream. It's just the run of the mill.
Couple of the bells and whistles, though.
Golly, it's got the fold out. It's got the bed so you can sleep. It's got direct TV so I can watch the games and NBA TV. It's got internet access. It's like a flying office, and it's got the fold out everything so I can chill. And I've got 3 kids, so they they get to be comfortable. It's got everything I need, man.
Can I
It's
sing
nice.
a line from Rapper's Delight?
Sure.
Yeah.
I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Holy Cuban rap.
Very
it all the
strange
way
moment.
around.
It was a very strange
Really
moment.
strange, Ronnie.
But once now, you'll never be able to fly commercial again. You have to. You know,
actually, I kind of make myself fly a commercial
Yeah.
every year or so, just kind of, it's kind of a reality check.
Coach? Yeah. So you know how the rest of us live?
Oh, Southwest, kept flying out of Dallas. just
how
Southwest.
cute is that?
Yeah.
because it's horrible. It's horrible to
it's
fly
brutal.
commercial now. Yeah.
Oh, what's even worse, they see me coming, right? So, I'm always the guy in the booth that they're checking out. It's
Right.
like, it's brutal. Yeah.
Where your jet takes off when you get there.
I just drive
pull right up.
Drive right up, yeah. Everywhere but like
Do
Boston.
you have a problem going through the body scan?
Nah.
I do. You know why?
You have a small penis.
Well, it's part of the
So,
problem.
yeah.
I'm not convinced there's not going to be a best of celebrity body scan.
Yeah, you think?
yeah.
No, I hadn't.
That's coming
try
to
not
ABC,
think
by
about
the
that.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right after Shark
Tank.
Tank.
Take away swap.
I was talking to my wife. This is, a little something different, but it's the same idea about feeling inadequate in public. But I was talking to my wife about maybe getting a vasectomy, except that I was, a little shy about the nurses seeing me the way I was. So I was thinking of getting a penile extension first. And I'm like, you think that's? It's like, but wouldn't they have to? Yes, they would.
I hear they just pull a little more out. It's already in there. They just pull it out.
Yeah, they bring it out. It's
They bring it out a
like
little
taking
further.
a building out of the basement and like.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
but
they
then
cut
what-
that ligament
what about
or
the
something?
structure then?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
keeping
You
it
guys know
together?
an awful lot about this.
We've been doing
I don't know where
We've
this
been doing
is
this
coming
radio
from.
thing a long time,
that's
Mark.
it, right.
We know everything.
Yeah, I
hey,
think they
you
cut a tendon.
You're doing something with Seacrest now. It was announced yesterday. What's that about?
It's I have a TV network called HDNet, and we've been.
You need some shows, by the way. I'll stop you right there.
No, absolutely.
Well, let's start talking.
They actually get into a car and literally laugh all the way to the bank. Both of them. That's the show.
Next, yeah. No, so we're it's just time to grow HDNet further. So HDNet's been working on trying to go live with as much as we can. Live concerts, live everything.
That's awesome.
Inside MMA, just like you guys know the benefits of when things happen. You guys are live, right? And you go right to it, and just that immediacy makes it all the better.
Right.
And you don't get that on TV outside of news and sports, and business. And so we want to be able to create a network, Ryan and I, that's based on a live experience towards pop culture. Because if something happens, you see a tweet or you hear something on Opie and Anthony that's in the entertainment world, right? Then you go to the website, you go to TMZ or whatever, and all you see maybe is a grainy video. Now everybody's got these big screen TVs. We want to be the destination where when something happens in the pop culture world, you go right to access.tv, and we'll be live. We're building the studio out in LA live in right by Staples Centers and everything. So that we'll have anchors. We'll start off with kind of like a sports center for pop culture, and we'll start off with music. So let's just say Jay-Z is playing in Dallas, right? So we'll have reporters out there before the concert. We'll go in the green room. Hey, Jay, what you got lined up for today? Just like an NBA, we'll do a live look-in, like they do with the NFL and everything. Yeah. So let's take you to Dallas. Jay's got his concert going. Hey, Access, welcome to my concert here in Dallas. We're going to do this number, da-da-da-da-da. Boom. And the acts are happy because it's promotion, helps sell tickets. We're happy because it gives people a look and access to things they couldn't get, hence the name Access. And we just think it's a different approach to networks. And then the geek side of me, we're going to do all the new technology and all that kind of stuff so that you'll be able to interact.
Can I make a suggestion?
Wow, sure.
Yeah.
Can Ryan appear on Shark Tank and bring up that idea?
Ryan can appear anywhere he wants, man. That guy's gold right now.
Will you be broadcasting the actual concerts too?
Yes, yeah.
In some cases?
Yeah, we actually started doing live concert with Ted Nugent of all people, right? And so Ted's on there, what the fuck up, HDNet? But the cool part is, right now with social media, you guys follow Twitter and see what's going on, and people go people to people,
But
right?
if you drop that F-bomb at an NBA game, how much would that cost you?
That happens all the time. Right?
He's calmer these days now that he's got one of those rings. Though.
Exactly. They assigned someone to that 7-second delay right next to me.
I used to love when you carried on.
Oh, I still do. Trust me.
It makes the game better. I love all that shit.
I get just as intense, but they're used to me now.
Can I ask you a question about the NBA?
Sure.
Do you think the announcers are under pressure not to draw attention to obviously bad calls that affect the game?
Absolutely.
is I'll see that on my son he's a guy he really watches. He can call a foul before the refs do most of the time, and we'll see a call that is obviously
crazy
bad and
or
changes
no call,
the flow of the game, and it's like. They might show a replay, but they will never dwell on how bad a call.
And they
that
rarely
was.
even show the replay on bad calls now, right? Maybe if it's a review, they'll show
really?
it.
They don't even.
They won't even show
in the
replay.
home arena. That drives me nuts when I go to sporting events because you love when the crowd goes, "Holy shit!"
See, that's what I do in our games. That's what I do. I'm like, I give the guy the signal. Show it again.
Show it again, really?
And you just see if you show it more than once,
the whole crowd just going,
oh.
So why aren't other places doing it?
They don't give a shit, right? I mean, it's
Jeez,
not
man,
because I'm like you. I want to get the crowd as revved up as possible because that's part of the experience. You know, going to a sporting event, it's one of the few places where everybody, even if you don't know the people next to you, can all just like stand up and scream, good or bad, right?
I love when athletes act like idiots. I love it.
Always,
I love all the touchdowns. So I love it all.
And I love to be in a public place where I can hug strangers.
But it's true, right? You know, it can be. You
I
can be
love it all, and I don't know why the NFL especially is trying to control all that.
Yeah, no fun league. You
no,
know?
man, it's not fun.
And the NBA is nothing but attorneys. Everybody's just like lawyers that work at the league, and so they're used to fining. But yeah, you know, now when I do stuff, they might fine me, but they've learned they won't announce it, right? So unless I can get some leverage out of it, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. You guys,
you want to get some heat from it, right?
Yeah,
Look at this shit. He
you
knows.
went to the White House, right?
Yeah, I had a great time at the White House. I mean, there's nothing cooler than you're standing up there wearing a suit for like first time in years, and all of a sudden the president's standing up in front of the White House press corps, and he's giving me shit, right? He's like, well, the Mavs weren't scheduled to come here, but Mark Cuban decided to make that happen, so I'm not going to say no to Mark Cuban. I'm like, yeah, that's the president.
That's right,
man.
And he's giving us shit. He's like, Jason Kidd, you know, have you learned how to shoot yet?
Yeah.
And so we had gotten some scoop on him, and Jason's like, yo, I talked to your coach from high school. He says you only go left and you never pass the ball. And is it true they called you Barry the Bomber? And so, I mean, it was cool, man. These basketball guys are going back and forth, so it was fun.
What was your thoughts on Obama meeting him?
He was a cool guy. Yeah, it was a nice
Coincidence
guy.
that he only goes left.
He only goes left. Yeah, that's
really.
And I wasn't smart enough to put it
no
there.
surprise
He
there.
can play though, right? Obama can play, right?
Supposedly, supposedly he still gets out there. I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, he's got the bill for
He's
it.
a one-sport guy, but he definitely, I've seen him on the court. He looks good, but
shoots
it's
those
weird. It
left-handed
does it
jumpers.
like he can't throw a baseball, which
Right.
is.
Oh, no, he
I mean,
can't.
most people, if they can play sports, they can play
Right, if
every
you're an
sport.
athlete, you're an athlete,
But
yeah.
I guess maybe from Chicago, he just doesn't care about anything.
Best
with basketball.
presidential pitch, George W.
Yeah,
Very good. I was there that day.
Yeah, he can fucking.
Threw it from the
he can
mound.
pitch the ball.
You never saw.
He played in college, right?
Yeah. Well, he was also drunk and on drugs, so who knows what he remembered. But
What's
I think,
unusual about that, right?
Yeah.
But do you know Nixon used to throw a Cuban palm ball? Nobody remembers it. That thing would come down and then rise, but
Nixon had
nobody
it, yeah.
remembers it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this HD net, Mark. I got to tell you.
You know what? No, we should talk about it too because we're trying to figure out what we want to do in the morning, and you know, a lot of shows are coming to us.
Get us out of here.
But yeah, we're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to go versus East Coast versus West Coast and the different time zones, and you know whether we want more talk, more music, more in studio, more. We haven't decided yet, so that's part of the process. We're
You
gonna
need
go
an
through.
East Coast and a West Coast.
Well,
I
that's
think,
that's
you know.
where probably we're going to go, right? We're just trying to what
Look
direction
at you.
we're going to go. So we've got
Everybody knows.
6 months a year to try to get that all figured out.
Yeah. At the same time, WWE is trying to launch their network.
You know, and I've talked to Vince about that. That's not as easy as it used to be, right? Because bandwidth now on these networks, you know, 5 years ago you were seeing new channels pop up left and right. Now there's nothing, right? Because now they want to use all that extra space for on demand and Netflix competitor and whatever else. And so having that real estate is good for us. And HNet turning into Access and still HNet movies, we're going to keep on growing.
Will you ever retire?
No, what fun is that, man? I only do it if I like it.
Because you have a good time just working.
Exactly.
You're making fun.
I think the cool thing, too, is that when people Twitter, like when Rob Lowe tweeted something the other day about Peyton and everybody was on it, it's like no celebrity is ever off anymore.
Right.
They are.
Right.
Everybody is on the clock 24 hours a day. So if you just take those things, pull them together, open up the phones, what's going on? Do you believe Rob Lowe? Boom. That's it right there.
Yeah, and the whole thing is just live and whatever stream
Yeah.
of consciousness is going on, right? Because it's easy. Twitter's easy. It used to be you had to get a PR person or whatever, get hold of your booker, try to get it. Now, if you guys see something tweeted, you're coming to us, right? Or you're going to wherever you think the story
that's what you're
is.
hoping for.
Well, exactly, right?
Right.
Exactly.
And no one
Sounds
else
a
is
lot
doing
like
it.
my live web show that I do live from the compound from my basement.
You trying out for
A lot like that.
Are you trying out
Sounds
for
exactly
Are you
like
trying
that.
out for something?
Well, it is a show in a state-of-the-art studio in my basement that I do. It's a wonderful high HD. And
You'll be perfect.
Hopefully you'll take out TMZ. They're a little behind.
They will be behind.
They're a
because-
whole day behind
Well,
with their
that's
TV
exactly-
show.
That's exactly the idea, right?
When a big fucking I'm going to help them out. Big Hollywood story hits. You go, I'm going to watch TMZ tonight.
Right,
and,
well,
and
yeah.
they're a day behind.
And you can't even watch it that night, right? So you go to the website, and they might have some
They
grainy
might have a
video.
clip, right.
Yeah, they might have a clip, and that's
Yeah.
it, right?
Right.
So you want to be able to go someplace where you know they're going to be covering it live.
Right.
And that's where we want to be. It's not going to happen overnight, but over the next year or so, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Good for
Very
you.
cool, man. Yeah.
Damn.
And so and then newspapers are just silly now. Like this shit from 3 days ago that I read online.
We talk about that all
and
the
it's
time.
like, really? This is
Yeah,
the news?
yeah, I mean, for real news, I mean, newspapers have got to obviously evolve, but there's still going to be, you get caught up with so much time on your phone, on your tablet, on your PC, right, that I think you got to have multiple form factors, right? You got to, it's good just to be able to sit down and hold something and read. And I think even kids, right, they're going to say, well, as you get older, you have less time available, and you just get smarter about how you use that time. So I don't think newspapers go away, but I think they continue to evolve. And like one other plug, I just came out with an ebook, How to Win at the Sport of Business. So just Google Mark Cuban's book. And like you guys, people come to you, why don't you do a book? Why don't you do a book? And I'm like, I'm not going to do a real book because I don't want to have to do the whole book tour thing. So I just did an ebook. It's $3 on Amazon, right?
Amazing.
I don't have to go out and do a tour. I got to do a tour for Shark Tank, right? And get out there and have fun with you guys. But for the book, I just tweeted.
This guy's got 800 things going on. You make everyone feel like lazy slobs. 800
I feel like
things
we should
going
stay
on,
past
and
10 today.
I know. I'm like
Let's stay past
3
10.
minutes to the weekend.
Let's give it a little effort today.
But all this stuff is changing, right? Because to do the book, I got it done like 3 hours before it got published to Amazon. I didn't have to send stuff out to the bookstores, right? When I want to change something, I just change it, right? And then I just tweet and I go online to discuss it.
Book radio.
But
they have it here, believe it or not, on Sirius XM Radio. What a great waste of bandwidth that
We
is.
should bring that to the Shark Tank. And see what
there you go.
What the Sharks
Book
think
radio.
of book radio.
In defense of the old-fashioned book, I mean, you could read a quick article about Henry Winkler's love of fishing.
Right, it's true.
I want 118 pages. I want to be able to hold it, embrace it.
I have no desire to hold a book anymore.
Yeah, I don't mind holding a book. You got to have.
I like
something-
reading, but I don't want to hold the damn
I don't feel
book.
comfortable carrying a tablet into the bathroom. I mean, I can have 15.
true. You need a
I can
book,
have
yeah.
15 newspapers and 12 books hanging out there, but the tablet.
And you could always wipe with it if you're out of toilet
And it
paper.
wouldn't be the first
Tablet's
time,
a little
right?
rough. Yeah, rip a slow page out. And
We got to ask you about the NBA before you leave. Who are you looking at this year? Who are you worried about?
It's a crazy year because of the lockout, right?
Yeah.
So the regular season, I don't even think really matters except for making the playoffs because teams are so tired. They're playing back to back to back. We've had like 7 games in 9 nights already, and you're going to have games where the guys are so tired. You're a good team and you get blown out.
Right.
And so the regular season, there's not statement games. You're just going to grind your way through, win enough games, hopefully, to make the playoffs.
It's all about hitting your stride, right?
Yeah, exactly. At the end, being healthy and hitting your stride. Exactly right. When the playoffs come, and we got a good squad. I think we'll be all right.
You think now that times have changed that there's too many games in the NBA and baseball in general?
Yeah, I mean there are, but that's not going to change just because of the economics.
Right. Because football, every fucking game
matters.
You're unbelievable. And I think in this day and age, if you knock down the NBA to, I don't know, let's say 50 games or
like
baseball
66
to,
now. I mean, we got 66 now.
And
in a
I feel
short
like
period.
it's a more exciting year already.
It is, right? The problem is
because every game kind of counts a little more.
It counts more, but the guys are so tired,
Yeah.
right? And that's part of the problem. Look, it would be cool if we can cut the number of games, but the guys don't want to make less money.
Right.
And you build these arenas, and you gotta have the dates, right?
Sure.
And that's part of the problem. And if the economics were different, I'd agree with you, but you just can't make those numbers work.
Economically, you can't make it work.
Yeah, exactly.
Because baseball, you're sitting there, it's June 1st. It's like, this game
it's
means
brutal.
nothing.
It is brutal. Right.
And yet the game sell. Baseball sells as a live sport.
So what do I know, man?
But baseball sells going to the stadium, right?
Right.
It's just the experience.
But baseball figured out now it's an experience. Oh, you said sorry.
Yeah.
When you go to the stadium, there's all sorts of things you get involved
Everything
with
but
now.
baseball, right? Because there's so much downtime. Look, I love baseball. I love all sports, right? But going baseball is about hot dogs and beer. and chilling with your boys, right, or your kids, or whatever.
Wander around
it
the
is.
concourse a little while. Maybe go to the Hall of Fame area. You know.
Exactly. Check out the girls. Hang out with your boys.
They got a fucking water slide.
Exactly
Nice.
right. and then there's a game.
And
right?
then there's a game.
And
and you feel like you didn't miss anything.
Exactly right. But it's still fun.
Yeah. What do you think? You think LeBron's ever going to win that ring?
I hope not.
He's a choke artist.
I'm not going to kill on LeBron, but
he's a choke artist.
I'll tell you what.
What is his problem? You think he's a talented player?
He's incredibly talented, right? And I think people have the wrong expectation. I think LeBron's smart. He's very smart. There's a reason why he went to play with Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's a killer, right? You want to give Dwayne. Even Chris Bosh said you give Dwayne Wade the ball at the end of the game, but you need somebody to get Dwayne Wade the ball, right? LeBron can do that better than anybody.
So he decided to be number 2, though.
That's exactly right.
He decided to be Pippen.
That's okay.
Patrice O'Neal
But
said it
that's okay.
famously on our show.
That's okay.
Is it though?
As long as you know it, right? The only thing bad for players.
Why wouldn't you want to be Jordan?
Because that's not his DNA.
And how many people get to be Jordan? One so far.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why
Well,
not
Kobe
play
too,
for a
Kobe,
team game?
And Dirk's a killer. There's only a certain number of guys who have it in their DNA that just have that killer instinct that no matter what's going on, like the last game when we closed out the Heat, Dirk was like 1 for 12 in the first half.
Yep.
But come the second half, boom, he was a killer. Dwayne Wade, when we played him back in 2005, boom, he was a killer. LeBron was smart enough to recognize that's not him.
I was pushing for you guys hard. I'm like, I don't know if these guys got a chance.
It was a shocker, right?
Holy
Yeah.
And then you turned it around.
No, but I'll tell you what, everybody was hating on Miami, right? We were the
wrestling moment. The great heel move is the moment that LeBron did the oh my God. And it was
Dirk
like,
was so pissed.
How can you do that?
Yeah,
And that's
just
why
gonna
I
fire
just thought,
everyone
now
up.
this is where Dirk showed far more class than
Right.
than I or anyone else would, because I would have gone to the I think I'm joking. But it was that moment where you're like, geez, it's kind of like, well, this is an example of post-racial America, because nobody is disliking him because he's black. Right. They're disliking him because he came across like a
And then it turns
dick.
around,
Yeah.
LeBron was the one choking. He had a horrible series.
It was our defense.
I hear we got to wrap up with Mark Cuban. Dude, it's been years. We
I know, I need to come
begged to
back.
have you on all the time.
I know. I need to come in because
Try to make it a stop because we love you.
I will. You
There's
guys
a
are great.
helipad on the roof. Just land it right
Yeah, just
there.
land and take us with
Whatever.
you. It's M. Cuban on Twitter.
Absolutely.
He's a good one to follow on Twitter, absolutely. Shark Tank Fridays at 8 on NBC, and then, of course, this HDNet thing that we're going to look
And check out my
closely
book.
at. And the book.
How to
e-book.
Win at the Sport of Business. Just Google Mark Cuban's book, and it'll take you right to it.
By the way, he's worth $2.3 billion.
That's just
That's today.
craziness.
That's just today.
Who's Sam
that just
Roberts?
came on Opie and Anthony.
Oh,
That's
I
going
thought
up
you were-
right now.
I thought
right?
you were talking about Sam Roberts. Sam couldn't buy a lug nut for the G550. A fucking lug nut is more than you make in a year.
I think we're going to wrap up because Mark's got to go. Mick Foley, you got the big comedy show tonight with Bob Levy and Otto and George. Sanders Mansion in Scotia, New York. Near Albany, go to realmickfoley.com. And
Yes.
Ron Bennington, a fucking pleasure.
The lovely and talented Ron
Thank you, guys.
Bennington. Tune in. I guess you're doing another show.
Doing another show a little
At
later
11 o'clock.
on Mass and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
thanks.
I
It
wish
was
you were
fun
starting at 10 so I wouldn't get home while the shit show is on.
Right, that's true.
Sam Roberts'
Sam
shit show.
Check out the website that Ronnie's involved with.
The iBang on
promoted
Twitter.
it.
Yeah, the
iBang, yeah.
iBang on Twitter is the best way to access that. All right, man, we're out of here. We'll see you guys Monday.
All right. Hey, nice to meet you.
You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM.